3000.
What is doing? My name's Maloney. This is a 3000 podcast. I'm joined today by MC and a rapper and a producer now, maybe.
Beat maker at best.
Beat maker at best. Scotty
I'm not going to
Hinds.
claim to be a producer, no.
You're not?
But I can make a beat here and there.
You can make a beat, and we will get into some of that, man. But we got to start at the beginning. Obviously, you weren't born here in Oz. Where were you born? Tell the listeners and the viewers where you were born, man.
Reading, England, county called Berkshire. It's just outside of London, about 20 minutes west of London.
Yeah.
Yeah, grew up there. It was all right.
It's all right.
It was all right. And then, yeah, met Frak. 9 High was the first sort of crew where we came out to Australia with Fraksha, Felony,
Yeah.
SA, Brinks. Yeah, we come out here for a little holiday and then liked it. Met Australian girl, stayed. Fast forward 20 years, still here.
But we're jumping a lot there,
Jumped,
man.
right? From we arrived and now it's to 2024.
Okay, so let's back there.
Back up to like 06. Okay,
Yeah.
2006 we came here.
Okay, but let's talk. Where did you? So when you were in England,
Yep.
like grime wasn't a thing. It was UK rap to start with, UK hip hop. Yeah.
Yes, at the very, very early days. So we're talking maybe I was 12, 13, 14.
Yep.
Grime was not a thing.
Yep.
We had garage
Yep.
and a lot of dancey, club, jiggy type of friendly vibe stuff.
Yep.
Grime was probably born around 2000, 2001, 2002.
Yep.
I think we heard it in Reading 2002, 2003, I think was the first time I heard grime.
And who'd you hear? What artists? And this is, I'm guessing, on pirate radio.
Nah, mate, had
No.
a CD. I think it was... I'm pretty sure it was Roll Deep, to be honest. Wiley, the whole Roll Deep crew, I'm pretty sure that they were the first people that I'd ever heard. Because they really came from like the garage.
Yep.
So there was a garage crew called Heartless. And they were like on that cusp between where garage became grimy. I suppose like rap influence and the reflection of where people lived and what they grew up in is where the topic and the, I don't know, like the energy of grime came from that. Because a lot of people were in the dances listening to garage, but they had lyrics. They called it grimy garage. Was the first term was ever coined. Was
Right.
called grimy garage.
Yeah.
And it was some reporter, media, music, you know, around that time in a magazine or something. She called it grimy garage, and that was where the term first came from. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Right.
Pretty sure that's where it was. Yeah.
So there's no correlation with rhyme and the grime. It's just it's the grimy fucking
Grimy garage. Yeah. Because
yeah.
when you listen to those old grime beats, they were like. There was not much drum beat in there. It was a lot of grimy sounds.
There's
that were-
room for the MC to flex, though.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's what the term first came from. As I said, I always felt like, for me personally, I always felt like grime was a reflection of what people were going through, and it had that feeling because of that. Had that reflection, yeah.
So you started off, you're doing hip hop, the grime becomes more of a thing. You realize this is the lane we want to take.
They were one and the same to an extent for me.
Right.
We definitely started in rap, but then the minute that we heard grime beats, like for example, the Creeper rhythm was a very old grime beat. The minute I first heard that, it made me want to rap.
Yeah.
Probably because I'd been around garage and that type of dancey vibe with that tempo of music. I was always aware of it. Although rap was more my thing that I'd listened to. We always knew what grime was and what garage was. So when grime came around and the beats came around and Dizzy Rascal was making noise at that time as well, and we got a hold of some of the beats, it was just natural to rhyme on them. And for me especially, it's because this music has all come from the same people. It's come from the West Indian culture of live music.
Yep.
I mean, even rap, Cool Herc, I think he was from Jamaica, I'm
he
pretty
was
sure.
from Jamaica, yeah.
He's Jamaican, right? So dancehall culture or sound system culture, as I said, my dad was a musician. I said to you before we started recording, my dad was a musician. Being around that sort of thing with people on the microphone and passing it to the next guy was something I'd always grown up around.
Yeah.
So the idea that rap and grime were two different things was one thing to me.
So were you listening to UK rap or you listening to
Yeah,
American
both,
rap?
Both.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
Both, yeah. Started out listening to like Wu-Tang and, you know, the usual East Coast rappers and then, yeah, what was the name of the record label now? Brain Tax ran a record label and there was loads of people on that label. I can't remember what the name of the label was. That's awful. I'm thinking about something that was 20-something years ago. But yeah, Brain Tax and like Task Force and Jest and Rodney P, London Posse. I haven't thought about some of these names in a long time. Oh, there was a few real sick crews. Universal Soldiers was the name of a UK crew, and they were fucking sick, mate. Like when I used to listen to them, I was like, this is
the beats or the lyrics.
The lyrics and the energy between the two rappers. I think it was
bouncing off each other.
Yeah, man. The way that they used to just come in off the back of each other, it was sick. It was like you heard it and you were like, that's proper. And when you hear English people doing it and you were like, this is proper, it gave you that confidence that was like, yeah, we can do this. Yeah. This is where we fit in.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It takes that. It happens a lot, and people say, all the Aussie rappers that I get on here, they say once you start hearing fucking like Hilltop or whatever on the radio, you're like, all right, there's dudes that are sounding like us. Guessing a similar sort of thing happens with you guys like that. You hear in UK posses on there, you're like, this is we can fucking do this.
Yeah, now. It's not too far away.
It's not foreign anymore.
Yeah, that's right. And the fake accent thing stopped right around that sort of time as well. Because people did used to have an American accent because that's all they heard.
Yeah.
All they'd ever heard was American rappers. So they just used to rap like that. And then with London Posse, people kind of gained the confidence to just be themselves. Because ultimately, if you're putting on a fake accent, then maybe what you're saying ain't true.
Exactly.
And then, word is... if you break your word or you're not really truthful, then being who you really were was probably so important that it just came through, and that was the end of that.
Yeah.
2003, never heard another fake accent again.
Yeah.
Every now and again you'll hear one these days. Every now and again one pops up, and you're like, oh, American, what are they doing in Australia? Like, no, they're Australian. Like, okay, cool. I liked that person up until that moment as well.
Yeah.
You still get it from time to time, but it's a rarity now.
But the whole thing about hip-hop culture is to be true to yourself. Well, like that's what I believe it is, to be true to yourself and be authentic and be where you be and represent where you're from. So if you're starting to put on accents, you've missed that thing from the start. Yeah.
And it's funny, 'cause it took the first generation of people to break through that and just give it what they're doing instead of trying to fit. Probably took a lot of courage, man. Like a lot of, I'm sure there's people that didn't like it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that accent. Doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
I think Americans still feel like that when they hear other accents.
But it's weird, man, because I've got Aussie mates and they don't listen to Aussie hip hop. They're like, man, I can't deal with the accents. I'm like, that's what you fucking sound like, right? You can't listen to yourself. Right? They only want to listen to like American or fucking UK rap. I'm like, that's weird though.
I hear what you're saying. It is an odd one. I will say that I've always loved listening to English rap. But some Aussie accents are very strong. It's
overpowering.
Just some people, but each their own. Everyone do their thing.
That's it.
More often than not, that people are still telling the truth regardless. So
that's it, man.
Might not be our thing, but yeah.
And that's when it comes to art. I heard a quote the other day, and it's like, if someone doesn't like your art, that's not your problem. That's their problem. You know what I mean? And I think that's fucking true. That's cool. It's not for everybody.
That's cool. That's it. Do your thing.
Do your thing.
I said to you earlier, I said I made some of those beats, and I really had a good time making them.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed making them, especially when you start putting lyrics over and you work out where the dropout is, and you put the dropout, and then you're like, oh shit, it needs a drum roll here, and you program a little drum roll, and you put that in, and then afterwards you're like, rah, I'm feeling this.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm gassed up on my own gas, but I'm feeling it. And you don't really know until you start playing it to other people, and even then you're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I had so much fun making it that even if it doesn't go nowhere, I had a lot of fun that day.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to get up out your seat and you're walking around and you're like, that's sick. You go back and sit down or play with a modulation or something and give it a slightly different sound, and then you're like, oh, here we go. There's the sound I'm looking for. And that's the other fun thing with making beats, is when you start to change the actual sound you programmed to a completely different sound.
Yeah.
Duplicate the whole layer, put it onto a new track, and put in a different sound, a different plug-in altogether.
Yeah.
And then you start getting like, that's where I've been like, yeah, this is fucking sick.
Yeah.
And take the original one out and you got a new beat.
Can you do, we're jumping around a bit, but let's just talk about
go on.
It's good.
I'll do that from time to time.
I like this production stuff, and obviously you're a dude with a lot of energy. I couldn't see you sitting down in front of the DAW or the door or whatever you fucking call it, and sitting there for that long and doing it. Do you do that?
It's hard work for me to actually sit down. But yeah, the laborious bit is now. I've done all the programming, I've got all the melodies, I've got all the bass lines. Now I just need to fine-tune it and put the actual sounds I really want into place. And that's hard work for me to sit down and do that. It is hard work.
And then you send it off to someone like Checkers or something
Yes, I will take every single stem, every single drum. I will break it all down into their individual tracks. I'll take the whole thing to him and we'll sit there and I'll let him do what he does.
Yeah.
Because I've watched him do things over the years. I don't even know where he's hearing certain things. He'll explain things to me and goes, you hear the difference between this and that? I'm like, nah. He's like, you don't hear him, nah. He has got an ear that's very, very good.
Good, yeah.
So I just take it to him and let him handle the rest.
Yeah, because you know where you want it to sit. You're arranging it, but he needs to fine-tune it and be like, this is too loud, this has got too much compression, this bit's fucked against that.
I think it's like frequency range, and there's different areas of frequency, and you can push certain things, and he knows all to do all of that. I'm just trying to find the right energy in the programming and then let him do the final mix, which I said to you earlier that some of them aren't mixed properly yet, so I didn't want to do any of the new stuff because it's not fully mixed right. But yeah, there's that process. But making the actual music is the fun bit, and I can't sit still.
Yeah.
Actually, I stood up when I was writing most of it because I'm fucking. But then I have to actually stop, concentrate, and lay out, get ready, and then hit the record button, and then play it in. Right, stop, play it back, and then that process I can get it down because I'm doing something. But yeah, man, it's energetic. I can't sit down.
You need like one of those standing desks.
Yeah. I made it on a high desk. I did. I made it on a high desk.
There you go. That makes sense.
Yeah, man, moving around and getting gassed on your own gas, isn't it?
Well, just before we did this, you just did some verses and you were sitting down. And the other day I messaged Fraksha. I'm like, man, you were the first person to come and do some live raps.
Yeah.
Was sitting down okay? He goes, dude, I don't like sitting down. So I'm going to have to change it to standing up, I think, in the next few. Did you dig sitting down? It was all right?
It's okay because probably just well-versed from
rather
radio.
stand up?
From radio over the years, the amount of times you've had to sit down at radio, simply because these mics didn't ever go up to the, we did Triple R or wherever. We usually sat down.
Yeah.
So no, it's all right. It's cool.
All right. Should I change it to standing up in the future?
I don't know. I was all right with it.
Yeah.
I was all right with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I'm learning as we go along. I still don't have a name for these sort of live fucking, spitting sections. I don't know, man, what I'm going to call it, but I've got to come up with something soon before we put yours up.
Yeah, cool.
So let's get back to your journey. You're starting to make grime.
So yeah, 03, 04. So with that, when we all met at the same sort of time, I knew somebody that was friends with Frak. Mm-hmm. Byron happened to be at the venue because his friend was on the drum and bass stage. SA was Frak's friend from the area, and we all kind of met in one night, and that was when Nine High was kind of born.
That one night when you first met each other.
Yeah, I met Byron for the first time, and the first time I'd met Frak, none of us knew each other before that night, and we happened to meet at one night.
How did the meet? You just there? Hey,
I went to college with Ben. Ben and Frak were mates. SA got a DJing gig and wanted to do something. Invited him down. Byron was a random who asked us for a paper so he could roll a zoot. Literally, this is how it worked. Byron's mate Flexi was on the drum and bass stage. We were in the courtyard on the rap stage. It was kind of an open mic, so we met that night, and Nine High was born from there. Now, Byron was from Slough. He had his finger on the pulse of garage and grime. That's what he came up listening to, more so than rap.
Yeah.
So he was already in that lane.
Yeah.
And that just spilled over into me and Frak because it was already spilling over.
Yeah.
And the fact that Byron was like really onto it, and then it just became one thing. Our repertoire always had up-tempo and boom-bap tempo from 90 BPM, and then we always had 140.
Yeah.
We used to go over Genuine Pony. You know that tune?
Yeah, because it's slow, but it's double time. It's
70 BPM.
Yeah.
So we used to go at 140. So we've always had that double time up speed element to what we've done from the very beginning. Till when we came to Australia, we just used the set that we already had from England. We'd already done maybe 40, 50 shows. Frak was real prolific with organising shows and keeping us busy.
Yeah.
Almost every weekend we were doing something.
Yeah.
So when we came to Australia, we were already polished. We already knew what we were doing. We already knew our songs. We knew our tracks. We had original songs. We had covers.
Was the plan to come here and take over with that sort of thing, or were you just coming on a holiday?
Nah. So Frak came here to do a break year. Came over to Australia, met a few people in the industry, Flago and Reese and a few other guys. Really liked the lifestyle. He met an Aussie girl. They come back to England, jammed for a year or two. We done the Nine High thing then. When he came back, Nine High was born after that. And he said, he's going back to Australia. Do you want to come out for a holiday? Do some music, blah, blah, blah. I said, cool, let's go.
Yeah.
Came out here October 2006. Went back October 2007 for a little while, and then I returned in 2008, and I've been here since then.
Yeah.
Frax has been here since 2006, and Byron went back in 2007. He's come back for a few holidays here and there. We released the album in 2010. He came back for that with a DJ friend called Loco. They both came out. We did a little tour. SA went back in 2007. Brinks ended up moving to Sydney, got married to an Australian chick, but then he doesn't really do too much music. He sort of took a bit of a time out. He had 2 kids and a wife and life, and, you know, life happens in the gap, right?
You spent some time in Sydney as well, yeah?
Not living. No, not living. I just used to go up there quite a bit.
Right.
Yeah, my wife's from Sydney, so I used to go up there every now and again,
All right. I need to do some better research.
It's cool, mate.
So let's talk about when you do get here. Yeah. I know there's going to be some parallels with Fraksha's story, obviously, but we want to talk about your story as well, because he came here, he got a job, and he started working with certain people. Yeah. What was when you got here? You had his insight to how it works, but where did you land? Who did you meet from Melbourne, and what sort of started your personal journey when you got here?
I suppose I come here was just doing the thing, really. I didn't have a plan. There was no like action plan as I want to do this and then I want to do that, and then just kind of rolling with it, enjoying my life. Yeah. I knew that the environment was massively responsible for the way that I felt and the way that I behaved. So I realised that once I came away from England, that I was only who I was because I was a reflection of the environment I was in. So when I came to Australia, I learned to relax for the first time.
Yeah, right. Just more relaxed atmosphere.
Learned to relax in general, mate.
Yeah.
I'd never really relaxed before.
Well, because there's just too much going on in London?
England's just it's weird. It's just a
Uptight.
very pressurised environment. It's just a very pressurised environment. It's very much a rat race is very much a thing. Whereas when we came here, there was a lot of things where I was like, this is real relaxed, free barbecues in the park. Like, seems minor, but it's not. It seems minor, but it's really not. It's about quality of living. If that was in England, you'd have to pay to use it. Then the kids who live around the area would have kicked it open to get the money out of it. Then they'd have pissed on it, shit on it. And it wouldn't work. And you wouldn't have a lovely barbecue in a park that was clean every time you came to it. You wouldn't. It's just one little thing, but it's actually a much bigger thing.
Yeah. It's a quality of life.
Yeah, man. Yeah, way more livable. Like I never knew it until I come here and you're seeing it for yourself and you're like, wow, I could do this.
Was it like what you imagined, what you'd see on TV and shit? You're like, oh, it is kind of like that.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. Because we didn't really know. All we hear is sun and beach. I couldn't believe it was cold. That was one thing. I didn't bring a jumper with me, innit? I got here and it was October, and I come in the first few days, it was lovely and hot. I was down in Paran.
Yeah.
We met Briggs and Billy Bunks.
Yeah.
And the obese guys, Pegs, that whole crew down there. We just used to hang around in Paran. There was a little, right next to the obese shop.
Yeah.
There was a park. There was a barbecue there.
Yeah, Is It Street Park there? Oh, not Is It Street. What the one off? Yeah, is it Street Park? No, it's the next street. Yeah, I know the one you mean.
Yeah, I don't know the name of it, but it's right next to where the shop was, and there was just like it was just the barbecues in there, and we used to hang around there, and there was a lot of rappers that were always about, and we just sort of got to know a few people through there. So yeah, like I think I met Briggs and Bunks the day I arrived, actually.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just used to kind of chill around there, and we had 6 months off. We weren't working or nothing. We were just here to do music, going to open mic nights during the week. Because Frak was working, me and Byron were just going out.
Yeah. You had enough money up your sleeve to just, it was just a holiday.
Yeah. We knew what we were doing when we were going to come here. I knew I didn't need to work for a long time, and we were just going to jam and, you know, just 23 years old, just living life. Just
And you were living around that south side area?
South Bank. We lived with Frak.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we lived with Frak. Me and Byron moved there, and then after about 2 or 3 months, we moved to Collingwood.
Yep.
Moved into a shared house with a bunch of other British, Irish, Scottish, like people that were here working and backpacking, and yeah, mate, it was lively, man. We was loose. It was coming home at flipping stupid o'clock in the morning every day. It was good. Yeah. It was good times, man. Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
There are some similarities to London with stuff like that, the inner city sort of stuff, man. Obviously, it's way more chill here, but it does have similarities.
Do you know what did shock me was that we'd go out into the city on like a Tuesday night at 11 o'clock, and it was quiet, mate. Things were shut. Shops, things weren't open. Clubs and bars weren't open. There was no one around. For me and Byron, that was weird.
Yeah.
Like 2 o'clock in the morning trying to get something to eat, and there was very, very few options, where even in Reading there was options at that time, which isn't as part of London as such, whereas in London there's always something
going on. Yeah. There is something to do in Melbourne any night if you look for it, but you don't have a lot of options.
And this was in 06 as well, so it's developed a lot since then. But yeah, it was one of those things that threw me. I was like, oh, this place is so quiet at night.
Yeah, because it does have a city vibe, but then it does, at some stage, it kind of does chill.
It goes to sleep at
on
night.
the weekends, though, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. So yeah, me and Byron just used to be getting about and going to every open mic that we could. We'd be doing radio. We met a lot of people back then who some of them had quite big careers, quite good careers. I didn't really realise at the time, I was just here rapping, so I didn't really know who was trying to be a pop star and who was trying to be an underground rapper.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was another agenda for some people at that point in time. Where we came
Because that was never on the horizon for you. You're like, we're just making the music we want to make.
It's just making, out here jamming, making music, doing life. Like the idea that you could even make a career out of it was laughable. I mean, Hilltops, I think, had just done Nosebleed section and were going big.
Yeah.
A few other people were getting record deals with majors off the back of the success that Aussie hip hop was having at that time. A lot of the obese guys were doing quite well, but yeah, it was just becoming an actual industry.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite funny when you look back at it now and see how it all panned out. It's like, wow, that was really the beginning.
It was a formative time for Aussie music, man.
It was.
And I think, obviously, no disrespect to the people that were making Aussie hip hop in the 90s, but it never really popped off. It was very underground. It wasn't until the 2000s that anybody sort of, like you said, that there was an industry. It was just people pressing up 100 records for their friends.
Yep. Yeah, and it became an actual career path, which is something I still have to get my head around now, that it's a viable career for people.
It is.
You know?
A handful of people.
It's a viable career.
Yeah.
It didn't used to be, you know?
And when we were talking before about the accent thing, at this point in time, that works in your favour because you guys have got some accents that are different. You can put the UK at the end of the name as well when you're on posters and that sort of shit. So that gives you a definite point of difference.
It's funny that now that's like a massive bonus. Whereas when we first came here, we couldn't get too much support because there were Aussies in the front of us in the queue.
Right. You got to do your time, sort of thing. Right.
We couldn't get too much support, you know. And obviously, people were real good to us and gave us opportunities to do things. But there was certain we couldn't. Yeah, there was people in front of us. We couldn't just come here and do a thing like. Yeah, some labels had to support their own first, which was cool because I weren't trying to be supported. I didn't really care at the time anyway. But now when I look back on it, it's like, there was a lot of politics.
Really? Even then, when there's not a whole lot of money involved, there's still politics.
Looking English cunts coming over here.
Really?
There's definitely an attitude from some people because those people saw you as competition, which is funny because I never see it as competition. You're just another fucker doing what you love.
Yeah.
I never seen it as competition, but for some people, it definitely was.
The whole rhyming thing, though, is a competitive game. A lot of people see it as that. Maybe you don't because you come from more of the party mentality where out here having fun. I'm just doing my own thing. You do your own thing. But a lot of rappers think of it very competitive.
Competitive, yeah. I will say I've never really been a competitive rapper. You know, you'd go, you'd probably don't if you... you'd do a song with someone and someone would do their verse last because they want to make sure...
That happens a lot, yeah.
I never cared.
Yeah.
Who cares?
You're not burning each other. You're on the same track.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Well, you want to rewrite your verse? Who cares?
Yeah.
You obviously... I writ my verse. My verse is fresh. I like my verse. I like my verse. I could sit here for 3 weeks and refine every blood clot point. Why?
Yeah.
Write next verse.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's funny. I never had that.
Yeah.
But some people did. And you'd see it from time to time and you're like, maybe I should be like that. And then, look, I ain't going to change my spots.
No.
I'm going to be who I am regardless, no matter what other people are still doing, you know? So...
Comes back to authenticity again. You know,
doing what you do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, it's probably when you feel like you've got nothing to prove. Some people feel like they still got something to prove. Whereas when you're comfortable in your own skin, you're like, this is me, this is what I do, I like what I do. Whereas other people, for example, some people feel like, how is this going to be received before they'll put it out or before they'll do something? Mm-hmm. They'll consider the end result and work backwards, whereas that's not my process.
Yeah.
I'll start right there and move forwards, and then it goes out, and I don't think about it again, move on.
But that's because you've got a confident mindset. There's two different ways you could look at it. Those people, it might come from insecurity, or it might come because that's the way they work to better themselves.
Yeah, maybe.
They feed off other people's energy, and then they could. Do you know what I mean? You could look at it in a positive way, maybe.
Yeah. I was talking with someone once, and they were saying about they had done a podcast with these artists, and the artists put out a snippet of a beat. And they get a feel for what people think of that, as to whether or not they'll even continue making that beat.
Right, a teaser type thing. So they just show them sitting in the studio. Are you feeling this? Yep. And if it goes well, then they go, all right, we'll put it out. If it doesn't, they go, this goes in a bin.
Correct. Yeah. And for me, that's just a slave to the fans.
Yeah.
To me, that's just a slave to something else. I don't know. That's just me though. I'm old school.
But that's it. You're making the art for yourself, and if people like it, they like it.
Who are they making it for?
That's right.
Yeah.
But I guess once you commercialize it to the point that you've got a large audience and labels involved, maybe you can't afford to have a flop. I don't know.
Absolutely. People put in effort at their work, don't they? At their job. You know? You don't give Steve shit at a photocopier because Steve knows Mark and Mark pays your bills. You know, like you got to be diplomatic with it. So there are people that it's a career to them and they have to make the most educated moves to capitalise.
Yeah. But that's the beauty of something that obviously doesn't have a whole lot of money in it, is that art stays authentic.
Okay, so back in the day, you never questioned why anyone was doing it. And that was one of the best things. Like, you knew exactly why you were dealing with this person.
Yeah.
You knew exactly why you were dealing with them, you know? Because they loved what you loved doing and they really enjoyed, even if you didn't like what they were doing, you still had time for them because you knew that they were just doing their thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Whereas now, you've got to be aware that you could be somebody's stepping stone.
Yeah, there's an ulterior motive to why they want to work with you.
You've got to be aware that you could be somebody's stepping stone.
Yeah.
And that's all they look at you as. Some people were like that. But back in the day, I don't think it was like that as much.
Yeah.
I never thought I should work with this person because that would help my career. Fucking career.
It's a lot of people within any industry, you know, whether it's music or anything, people want to work with someone who's above them, that's got more social clout, whatever, so they can drag them up with them. Do you know what I mean? That's like the mentality.
And you know, it's funny, right? Because similar ilk to that is like trying to maintain friends with people that are smarter than me because they can teach me something.
Yep.
But that's not to drag me up with them. That's to build me up.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, I've got a couple of mates who are real switched on people. And when I can't figure something out in whatever physical or whatever situation, I call them and go, what do you think about this? And see what they think, you know? And it's good to have those people around. So maybe some artists look out others like that, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's good. Like, I love calling up someone who knows how to do something because it gives you a chance to catch up with them. And sometimes dudes will be like, man, you can Google this. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm using it as a fucking excuse to call you. Have bounce some ideas off you. I don't want to just Google it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Google's a fucking minefield too, isn't it? Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's,
We're losing a bit of that sort of, you know what I mean? You would, because you might, that individual you're reaching out to might have a totally different perspective on what you want to do. And like, hey man, you shouldn't do it like that. Have you thought about doing it like this? And with the internet and this instant gratification, we're losing a bit of that human, interaction, man.
So yeah, it is interesting in the industry, but I would also say that I was never really that aware of it. Just too busy doing what we're doing.
Yep.
You know? I'm a musician. I like making music. I like writing bars. Like some people don't like writing the lyrics. I've heard other rappers say they don't like writing lyrics, sitting still writing lyrics. I do. I really enjoy it because you get to use your mental capacity and create something that wasn't there prior.
Yeah.
Whether or not people are going to understand what you're talking about or get the lyric that you're saying is another. That's for them to receive, you know.
I guess with hindsight now, you can look back and see people, and you might think now, oh, they did have an agenda. They were trying to, you know what I mean. But at that point, you're just making music. You're in your early 20s. You don't fucking think like that.
It's funny because now, like, I look around and I see who's still out here making music, and you're like, they were really in it for the love.
Yep.
But there's a lot of people that they're gone.
Yep.
They went to do this or they went to do that, or.
But look, to play devil's advocate, that people have to live their lives, and I guess maybe they think, I put 10 years into this music thing. It's not paying the bills. I need to work on something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the people that are really into it, they still have their other job and they're making music on the side because that's what they love doing.
Just love doing it, right? It's like a hobby. Some people go and play golf on the weekend and that costs X amount of money per year. Well, rap is like that, really. It's the thing that you like doing. And, it's funny, actually, when I do go studio for a 6-7 hour day and you get home at the evening, you feel liberated. Like you feel more calm, more at ease, less cloud in the mind. Like you actually feel like,
It's therapy.
Yes, yeah.
And if people fucking listen to it or consume your art, that's a bonus because you're doing it for you.
Cool. That's right. That's exactly right. Who are people doing it for?
That's it.
You know?
Yeah. Even with this thing, man, I make it because this is what I want to do. If people watch it, that's a bonus.
Cool.
You know?
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get an excuse to talk to cool people all the time. It's fun for me. If someone watches it, bonus.
Yep. Yeah, mate.
Spot on. All right, so let's go on this journey. So at this stage, is Wobble becoming a staple at this stage?
Wobble was 2008, 9.
So it's not far off the chronological journey that we're kind of going on.
Hang on, no, wait. Jeez. I mean, it's in that window, yes.
Yeah.
It was within the first 6 years of coming here.
Yeah.
Would have been 09, 10, 11, yeah. Yeah.
So hang on. Well, that it's interesting. Then you just said the first 6 years. So anyone who comes from England, if they want to stay here, it's a fucking process.
Yeah.
So they making you jump through hoops. Do you have to leave the country, come back? How does that shit all work?
Yeah, for the first year I did, but because I had an Australian partner, we were able to just do a de facto visa. It was real simple back then. Like, oh, you're British, come on in. That'll be...
It's not like that anymore.
Hell no, it's not like that anymore. They're like, 25 grand, thank you. What do you mean 25 grand? What are you talking about? Mad.
House deposit, you know.
Mental, mate. So yeah, back then it was a lot easier to come in. And say being British. And once you'd been here for, I think it was 2 or 3 years, you could do permanent residency.
That's all you had to do then?
Residency, and then you could do citizenship after that.
Wow.
So I think I became a citizen in 2016.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it, man.
Cool.
And did you have people from back home like, fuck, it's that easy, man. I want to come do this as well.
I've had a few people come and visit. I had my younger cousin came out for a while. He came out for like 4 or 5 months. He had a great time, did a lot of developing, went back stronger. Yeah. And now I see him, he's smashing everything, mate. He's got a little boy, he's smashing it. He loves it. He loves the fact that he came to Australia, learned a lot, and went home. Yeah. He's doing good. So yeah, I've had a few people come out and they've all enjoyed coming here. My mum comes out here as well quite often, and
yeah. And it's relaxing. They're like, I see what you mean, man. Free barbecues and shit.
It's just cool, man. Like, it's just a cool pace. Like, it really is. I always say to everyone who's always like, oh, what they always say to me, Aussies, I want to go to England. I want to go and travel England. I say, go and travel, go and see it all. But remember, you got to come home, because you'll get there and you'll go, I'm going home. Because it's
good. I think it's definitely good to experience other places, but then it also makes you appreciate what you've got.
That's the thing.
And I've seen so many English people, Irish people, Scottish people that come here and they say, fuck, you don't know how lucky you are. You just get to stay here, right? Because they want to stay and they can't. So many of them can't.
Yeah, mate. It's not easy for everyone, and it is definitely, it's just what we'd do if we could start again with England, man. Yeah. Better weather, a much more livable pace. There's a lot of elements to Australia that are good. And the fact that we're a little island on our own down there, we ain't got to worry about too many things.
That is the state of the world. It is kind of refreshing to think that we are so far away from everything else, you know what I mean?
Mate, it's just a madness, mate. So yeah, being all the way down there is cool. Just keep our little country as pristine as possible, and we're all fighting in the same direction at the end of the day,
That's it. So let's get on to Wobble, man, because I know that was such a big part there.
It was.
And it's a regular thing as well. It's not a gig here, gig there. That was happening weekly.
Every month.
Every month, sorry.
So yeah, we just go down, toast that for like 2-3 hours. I used to do energy, pre-workout energy things when I used to go and do that.
Really?
So I didn't do no drugs or nothing like that. So I just used to do
no drinking, no...
Nah, I was riding my motorbike down there more times, so you can't drink and ride a motorbike. That's crazy. Yeah. You're already about to die any minute, let alone being drunk. So yeah, we used to go down Wobble. I used to do those pre-workouts. I had one called 1MR, which stood for one more rep. And this stuff was wild. Like, it was serious, as close to being a drugs as possible. Like, I'd take it and I'd hit my back, would be itching and you'd fucking pumped up. You'd go to gym for a 2-hour session, get home and do another hour and a half of press-ups and sit-ups when you got back.
And it's natural shit?
It's made from the geranium plant. Right. It was an extract called gerania, and it did something to human beings. You can't buy it anymore. They stopped selling it because it was serious. And I used to take that every week, do a little pre-drink, go to Wobble and show the mic for like 2-3 hours or whatever it was with Frax. And we always had people coming through. It was always live. It was always energetic, to say the least,
So it's sad when that inevitably comes to an end, I guess.
Yeah, and it was definitely a period. I mean, dubstep was huge at that moment.
It was.
Which for us,
all over the world.
All over, exactly that. So for us coming from Grime, the tempo was exactly the same. We got 1 million bars that fit over this tempo. Yeah. So we just used to host it and toast and just have a good time and whatnot. Yeah, and that ran for quite a few years, which again was probably part of us still cutting our teeth with knowing how to host a night and to interact with the crowd. And again, with that night, we used to be able to bounce hooks off the crowd and see how the crowd responded to it. Funnily enough, now, I never turned a single one of those hooks that really worked into a song because I wasn't thinking like that. Yeah. Like, there was one thing every week. It was like real simple. It was just like, wobble, how you feeling, wobble. And it was always like the thing I'd do once a month. Everyone knew when I did that, we'd all get rowdy and then the beat would drop and away we go. Never turned it into a song.
Never too late, man.
Maybe.
Wobble reunion.
Yeah, 12, 13, 14 years later.
Who knows, man?
Yeah.
And aside from those regular gigs that you said were happening every month, you guys are still touring and stuff as well?
Yeah, doing gigs here and there. Libertines, and I think First Floor was big then at that point in time as well.
On Brunswick Street?
Yeah. Where else? We used to go all over the place, really. Wherever there was gigs booked. And yeah, Fraksha used to do a lot of other gigs as well, and he went to, I think he did a little tour in New Zealand and stuff. So yeah, we've always been active, always been busy.
And he was always the general. He was always like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that.
Oh yeah, he was always on the business side of things, man. Like, I'm here to rap. Like, I wasn't really in with all of that other side of it, so it was perfect. It was like, cool. My man's like, when's the gig? Gig's here. Sick.
Yeah.
Cool. You know, there was, honestly, I swear to God, if I'm lying, I'm dying. Frack ring me up one night, Friday night. He's like, what's going on? I'm like, cool, man, what's going on? He's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm at home. He's like, all right, how long are you going to be? I'm like, what? What are you talking about, bruv? I'm at home watching telly. He's like, bruv, we've got a gig. I'm like, what? He's like, I told you. We've got a gig. I'm like, you're kidding me. He's like, mate, we are on in 45 minutes. I'm like, you are fucking having a laugh. We was not having a laugh, mate. He had told me we had a gig. I completely forgot.
Yeah.
He was always on business, mate. He was always the one that was running.
This is a Smash Brothers gig? What kind of gig was it?
Oh, I don't even recall. I just remember Frat ringing me up and being like, how are you going to forget we got a gig? Because I'm chilling. You know, like, doing whatever I was doing, man. But yeah, I'm a bit nonchalant about things at times, to be honest.
Yeah.
Very nonchalant about things.
But that works in any kind of team scenario. You need someone to take the lead because if everyone tries to be the general, it's fucking going to be a rocky shit,
hectic, man. Yeah. So yeah, he was always organising the studio sessions and
So then so you're doing the live thing a lot, but you start to record and things start to get a little bit more fucking regimented.
So in the background, aside from that, I had done a mixtape in 08, a mixtape in 09. Frack had also done a mixtape around that time. Byron was in England doing Jack of None and a whole bunch of other mixtapes and EPs that he had done. Sunshine Music, I think, was one of them. So we were all very busy doing other projects as well. And we came together with the album was also being put together in the background at that same time. That was when Byron came over. In fact, I think we actually did a gig at Wobble with Byron and Loco as well.
Yeah.
So it was all in that 09 to 11 sort of era, in those 2 years. The album was put together, released the album through an Australian record label. We knew the label owner, was quite a good mate.
And that's when you could move units, like physical copies.
Physical copies, yeah. So we got caught at the very back end of the collapsing of the record industry. So when we put that album out, we didn't get a chance to recoup because the distributor liquidated.
Yeah, I think.
Meaning that the more that the distributor owed the artist, those accounts were settled first. So, your Rihannas and your Beyoncés and all of those, they all got sorted out first. But then all of the small artists and the independent labels, no recuperation. Sold out all the albums, all sold, no money.
Yeah, that's fucked, man.
The geezer that put the money up to release the whole thing got nothing back, bruv. Felt awful for him, but what can we do? Like, Amphead was the name of the distributor, but they liquidated. Yeah. That's it. And that was pretty much the end of the record industry right there and then, because digital came up right then. Digital came out. YouTube was gaining speed at that point, 2008, 9, 10. I remember we did one of our first clips that went up on YouTube, Thugs Need Hugs, and that was on the album. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the album came out in 2010.
But for the kind of music that you make, YouTube is almost more relevant to other ways because of the cypher and the, you know what I mean? That kind of bouncing off each other. Yep. The live raps and the live cypher stuff, that is perfect for YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was, And we had a guy that came out here called Petey. That's one of my real good mates from college. He came out, he filmed everything. So yeah, we uploaded quite a few videos from Triple R Radio, various cyphers, and again, with those cyphers, we met most of the scene. Met just about everybody, really. Anyone who was in Melbourne at that time.
Even dudes from Sydney were coming down.
Yeah. And then Goonbag Radio as well was another big thing for us at the time. Smash Brothers went on there, and then we had a few cyphers with Doc Flea, Alex. Sonner and all the other BTE guys as well were doing the thing. So
Yeah.
it was all just swelling up at that point.
Exciting time for that sort of music, man.
It was, yeah. We did Kiss FM radio shows as well.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time I met Flea down one of those. And again, like Fraksha used to orchestrate all of these radios. He knew the DJs and he was always out doing stuff and meeting people and whatnot. So yeah, we were very busy.
And you thrive on that kind of energy as well with other dudes around, I'm guessing, like that back and forth, because that's it's essentially emulating what you would be doing in a club.
Yeah, and as well, like as we were meeting more Aussies who were doing what we were doing, like Alex and Son, we were like, these kids are fucking sick.
Yeah.
You know, like, where do they come from all of a sudden, you know? It's like, they were young before now, and now they just got to the point where they can come to radio, and then a lot of things really grew, and LGs were flipping huge, mate.
Yeah.
They were huge. Alex breathed loads of life into the grime scene down here, for sure. There's so many people that know about grime because of Alex.
Yeah.
And he followed grime because of us. He followed Diem and Murky, loved what they did, and Frax, myself, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
The internet had to happen, I think, for that sort of to kick off, because those kids needed to see who they were looking up to, because it wasn't around.
And we were talking before about how Aussie hip hop got real big around 04, 5, 6. Internet was instrumental to that for sure. People were able to download songs at home. They were able to see things at home themselves instead of being fed it by MTV or the radio, which always controlled whatever came out. You know, the majors had the opportunity to start seeing more independence and whatnot. So I think the internet played a massive part in the rise.
And here in Australia, we've also got, whether you like it or not, Triple J plays a huge part in what fucking people listen to. And then around that time, Aussie hip hop, and it was a lot of obese sort of stuff, was coming out, which was great. But kids were listening to that, probably like Alex, and thinking, I don't really vibe with this sort of stuff. And they go to look elsewhere, and that's where they find something that's a little bit more grime related, like what you guys are doing.
We were 06 when we went on tour with Bliss and Esso. We had grime tunes in our melody, and we had Ozzy say, like, well, what's this duff you're playing, you know? It's like, it's not duff, it's called grime. It's a new genre. It's been around for maybe 5 years, et cetera, et cetera. And by the end of the show, you could see people were kind of getting into it. And this was a tough crowd. These people were not ready for this shit.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear this shit, man. They want to hear some Hilltop Hood style, you know? And it was a tough crowd at times. But as people realised the energy and it just swelled, and being British as well, when people realised it wasn't a fake accent, we actually was British as well when they never seen us, perhaps. It was, it took a while. It wasn't just cool straight away.
It's an interesting... Supporting Bliss and Esso would be a hard one, because they're doing big gigs, and a lot of those people that are there, because they crossed over so massively, they may not even be hip-hop heads. You know what I mean?
I don't even know if they hadn't crossed over at that point.
Right, okay.
I don't think they'd crossed over at that point, based on the size of the gigs and the number of people compared to, like, say, a few years ago, the size that they're at now, for example.
Right.
I think it was during their blow-up.
Yeah, because they had Gadinsky and Mushroom and Elusive behind them, man.
Yeah.
So that's a big in the fucking industry.
It's a good help, isn't it? Yeah, it helps. It helps, you know. Things can happen. But yeah, I think that was just as they were blowing up. And they did a lot of country towns, man. They really went out there and put in a lot of time and effort with the country fans, and I think that's probably what helped them as well, you know.
Man, I think people forget the rural touring route can be big, because a lot of these smaller places, they don't get a lot of acts.
That's right.
So you can go and win some grassroots fans in that way. Yeah.
And if they're the right age, they'll be fans forever.
Yeah, because you got there in a formative time.
That's right.
And like, I remember, it was one of the first gigs I went to, and then they'll have that positivity.
Yep, it'd be synonymous with a point in their life where they're discovering a lot of things, and you know, finding out who they really is as a person. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
And they went flipping huge.
Huge.
Who would have thought they'd been so massive?
I've got to apologise to DJ Ism, because when I was talking to Fraksha, I said DJ Debris, and as soon as it came out my mouth, I'm like, "Fuck, man, that's the right."
Ism's a cool dude, man.
And I messaged him on
man.
Instagram, and I said, "Sorry, dude, my bad." As soon as it came out my mouth, I realised that he's a good dude, man.
Yeah. In fact, literally, one of my mates just went to meet up with him the other day. I think the boys were in town. They did a gig down at Caribbean Gardens, I think it was.
Oh, the Hello Sunshine, or whatever
I think so.
it is.
Yeah, mate, I got my mate AP's friends with Ism, and he went down there.
Yeah, nice.
Took his daughter down, which was cool.
Yeah, it is kind of cool now that you can go to these gigs, and maybe it's a sign of how fucking old we're getting, but you can go to these gigs with your kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because everyone else has got kids too.
Kids too, yeah. It's like, it's funny, man, like seeing that the Chemical Brothers are doing a day on the green, which, you know, used to be like just dudes chilling out, and now it's like...
They're 50-year-old geezers now. I've got a mate who still goes raves and that, and he's like in his late 40s. I'm like, bruv, you still raving? He's like, yeah, fuck yeah. Crazy, man. Shit, you're going to need to sleep for 3 days when you get back, bruv.
Yeah, that's it. We all get old, man. We all get old.
I think the funniest is seeing that the Wiggles are doing flipping...
That's odd.
That's crazy, right? It's because these people grew up listening to that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm so old. Like, I'm 41. I was too old for the Wiggles. So it must be these people that are in their 30s, but at the same time... I don't know. When I was a kid, I wasn't listening to the Wiggles. I was listening to fucking stuff that... I don't know. Everyone's different. But that is odd that those people go to those gigs.
Well, my daughter listens to Wiggles, man. I have to listen to that shit in the car all the time.
Do you know what I can't get my head around with the Wiggles, right? Obviously, they've made so much money, but that
massive,
one dude
man.
is still doing it. The original guy. Do you reckon the other guys are texting him going, man, what are you doing? Fucking hang him up. We're chilling in an island, sitting here kicking back, collecting checks, and you're still doing gigs?
My guy's getting cake. He's on the paper chase, bro. Straight up, man. I can't knock the hustle, man. He's getting his money up. Keep going, mate. I know the one you're talking about. Is the one with the real deep voice, isn't he?
Purple,
Is it the purple one? Oh, yeah. Jeff. Is it Jeff?
Oh, no, Jeff's purple. I don't know. Anthony, one of them. Right?
Yeah. He's got a little silver teeth, isn't he?
Yeah, man, I'm like, all the other dudes hung the boots up ages ago. Why don't you just sit back and make some money off it?
There's like 6 or 7 of them now. They keep bringing in new people and... My daughter loves this shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she jumps the minute she sees Wiggle. She's jumping up, she's dancing. Fucking hell. I tell you, the market, mate, for kids.
Yeah.
Random YouTube video, billion views. What do you mean a billion views?
But I don't think you can monetize YouTube Kids, though. I think you... so I do...
Sure.
Because I don't think they can sell ads on kids. So they can do subtle product placement.
Yeah.
But I don't... Well, I might be wrong, but my son watches it. There's never any ads.
Yeah, okay. I haven't let her watch YouTube yet. I haven't let her loose on it. I said, not yet.
Nah, it's...
I haven't noticed, so yeah, okay.
It sounds bad, but man, we're like, have the iPad, dude. Just give us a break for a bit. You know what I mean? I know that sounds bad, but I think any parent that says that they don't do that at some stage, except maybe you're better than me.
I've tried so hard at this point, mate. It's mad. Raising kids is a whole other podcast, brother. I'm down to talk about it when you want, but it's a whole other podcast, man.
I wonder, there's probably people out there that are doing that that's just like how to parent. But what about how to parent when you're somebody who's not a fucking, average Joe? You know what I mean? Because there's people out here doing creative stuff. Like, that could be an interesting take on it.
It's nothing but a lot of time and effort and energy. Yeah. It's just relentless time and energy. That's what it is. I saw this thing the other day, and it was like when your kid wants to play with something for 2 minutes, then someone else for 2 minutes, and so on. They're not playing with those things. They're playing with you. You're the thing that they're interested in. These other things are just on the side. They really just want contact with mummy or daddy. That's all it really is.
Totally. And
mad, eh?
Yeah. And that's one thing that I'm similar to you. My son's a little bit older, but that COVID period, the best thing that come from it was I got to spend 2 years with my son in a great... Yeah.
Every day with her, mate.
Yeah.
Mad. There's my friend in England told me that. She goes, you know what? They're telling me to stay at home with my kids. Sweet. I was like, I had not heard that point of view before. They fucking tell me to stay at my house. All mad about it. She's like, nah, I'm in the house with my family all day. This is great.
Yeah.
Fuck, you're right. You are actually right. What am I doing? I'm looking at the negative because I'm a human and I'm geared towards being cautious of the negative behaviour. So I focus on it.
Yeah.
That's what humans do. We focus on the negative, not the positive, right?
Yeah.
And it was her that changed my mindset. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah. Especially when they're that young and you get to, because normally you'd be, And that's one thing that one positive I take out of that
the
stuff.
one thing, yeah, man.
But you've got to find positives in some sort of fucking situation.
Yeah.
Otherwise you'll just become too fucking negative.
Yeah. And Anyway. We could talk about kids for a long time, mate, because it is a non-stop minefield, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, though. But I think what you mentioned it earlier, before we were recording, though, you got to find the common ground, something that you and your kid can like together and do that together, because then you're having fun. Yep. You've got shared interests and that sort of thing,
Yep.
Whether it's playing football, whether it's cars, skateboarding, I don't know, whatever.
Yep.
You got to find something and steer them. Well, kind of steer them in that direction.
Try and guide them.
And then you're both doing stuff that you like.
Yeah, mate. Yep. She likes playing Jenga at the moment, so...
That's all right.
I smash her every time she's shit. She's fucking shit at it, mate. She's knocking the table and saying, what are you doing? I don't know, Daddy's going to win.
Yeah, man, maybe we should
do a grown man business podcast just talking about family life and kids and shit, because, mate, we ain't alone, I know that.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I think a lot of people have their 9 to 5 and that's good and the kids fit into that. But when you've got people that have more interesting occupations, more interesting lifestyles, that's challenging. Like,
It is.
you know what I mean? People that are musicians or whatever, you throw a kid in the mix, it changes everything.
Yep. I tried to teach her to play wheels on the bus on the piano. Nah. I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Nah, it's so difficult to... You try and they just... Attention spans like...
Yeah, I think with kids, right, like, you don't want to push them, right?
Yep.
So, like, I love my skating. I got lots of skateboards all around the house. I hang them up, a subtlety here and there, skate magazines. Yesterday, my son's watching a whole skate video, start to finish, just on YouTube, right? It's because he just likes interested in watching it.
Yeah.
So it's just subtly pushing him.
Yeah, it's when you... It's that like, is it a proverb or something? But when you leave the door open and allow them to walk through
Yeah,
it.
that's it. Yeah.
So-
There's nothing worse than someone like one of those fucking parents that's just
the
pushing their
force-
kid to doing you see them down the park doing
Forcing the
football
kids, yeah.
drills. You're like, that kid's not having fun, man.
Not having fun, mate. That's exactly it, mate. If they're not having fun, it's a no-no.
No.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you may as well be pushing them to do something that's, anyway.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, we went on a tangent, but that's all right.
Well, as parents, it's dad life, isn't it?
Let's talk about, what about some of your solo projects? Like, we kind of touched on a little bit of your crew stuff. What about some solo project stuff?
So first mixtape I did is called Fuck You Bars, because it was just basically a bunch of fuck you bars, rap shit. Got 15 tracks, stole a load of beats, recorded it in one day, went to the studio with a 10-hour session booked and recorded track 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way through to the last track. And you don't notice my vocal tone change by the end because I'd torn my voice up.
Yeah.
But you didn't realise that at the last track because it was such a gradual change. So that was the way I recorded my first mixtape.
Was the engineer like, what the fuck? This is an unusual way to do it?
Yeah, but I think he knew what I was on because he'd seen us doing the 9 High stuff.
Yeah.
That's my boy 7-6. He's just about got an album to come out with Elocore, actually. They're just getting ready for release now, yeah. So yeah, he was the studio engineer down at Stronghorn. And just went in there on one long day and smashed out the whole thing. Yeah. I knew what I was doing. I went there prepared. With 9 High, we learned that if you're going in the studio to record, you better know your shit inside out because you're paying for it.
Yeah.
You're paying for it. Yeah. If you can sit at home in your spare time and rehearse, why wouldn't you? Because when you get to the studio, you're paying for that. Every take is dollars.
Yep.
You know? I've seen people do 60 takes.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen in front of me. Like, take 60. And you know because it tells you whatever -1, -2, -3, -4. Take 60. Seen it.
Was
So,
that with that
that's money.
scenario?
That's
Isn't
money.
it big time?
That's money.
Yeah, but isn't it better just to punch in the little vocals they're missing in that
No,
scenario?
be a purist will not punch a verse.
Okay.
You'll deliver your whole verse in one go. And if you've written it in a way that you can't deliver it, you didn't write it right.
Yeah.
That's how we've always looked at it. So when I hear people's verses and I can hear that they've just punched the whole thing and I'm like, I've got a lyric about it. I was like, I'm punching in your best work because you're punching in your best work. It's fucked. Your engineer's been doing all the legwork. Because that's what it is. The engineer's doing all the legwork. He's the one who's cutting and pasting and this and that and all of that.
Yeah.
Usually it's a one-take thing.
Yeah.
Back in the day, especially, you take pride over that shit.
Yeah.
Take pride, like you even mentioned it before. You said when Frak came here, he did it one time. I know he does.
Yeah.
I've seen him do it one time every time.
Man, and I'm like, do you want to listen to it? He's like, nah.
Nah, I don't. I know. I heard it as I was doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, when people will do this. And I know people that if they don't get the verse one time in 5 takes, they will not do the verse today. They will come back another time.
Right.
They move on to the next song.
Yeah.
Because you get into a rhythm of effing up.
Yeah.
And that's just the way that particular artist works. Not everyone's like that.
It's a bit like that with some skaters. They'll be like, oh, I'm not feeling this today. It's not the day.
Yep.
Move on to something else.
Move on to something else.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not a bad mentality to have, I guess, rather than beat yourself up and go through the motions of trying to fucking...
And then some people will do 5 takes and then they'll cut the best versions of every take together.
Which you don't like, I'm guessing.
I don't do that, generally.
Yeah.
No. Sometimes if you finished writing a verse last night and you don't know the last few sentences, you might get 14 bars down and go, fuck, I'm going to do the last 2 separately. And even then, I will actually do the last 8 and I'll try and get the whole thing.
Because you need the flow.
Correct.
Yeah.
But again, that all comes down to experience. When MCs are writing their lyrics, they should be speaking that shit at full volume while they're writing it, because you won't know where your breaths are. And the minute you get on stage to do that and you add a bit of dancing in with that and jumping around, you'll be fucking out of breath in no time.
Yeah, but even the timing of the breath of when you know when you're writing, you're thinking, all right, this is a good pause where I can take a breath there? Like that is a conscious move.
It takes years to get to that point, no. Not everyone. I mean, maybe some people do it quick. It took me years to get to that point.
Yeah.
When you learn breath control in the booth, where you don't, naturally you breathe in and you rap 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 and there's a gap. And then you rap and you rap and you rap and you rap. And then you really need to breathe. In that little gap, you should have been breathing in. You should breathe in at every opportunity that you get to breathe in when delivering a verse constantly. You're always topping up on top of a full lung of air. And when you get to that 12-bar section, doesn't have a gap, you'll smash right through that motherfucker and you'll pop out the other side like, I'm the best. You know, it's one of those. It takes years to get to that point. It takes a lot of trial and error and developing yourself. And I remember the day I figured it out. I was in a studio with a guy called Drift in England, and I was recording a verse for a track called Bubbling Under, and I had written my verse wrong. I'd only been rapping for maybe 4 or 5 years, and I was written the verse wrong, and I discovered how to breathe in the booth that day. I remember it, clear as day.
Like a light bulb moment.
Yeah, a light bulb moment. And I just wasn't breathing in enough. So now I know I'll get my verse first time every time. I've written it that way, and I know where I'm breathing. Plus, there's extra options if I need them. Yeah. So yeah, man. Always, advice to MCs, always exhale and write it at full volume. You know, so sentence 1, write it at full volume, because you will fuck up when it comes to the live performance.
Yeah.
All old MCs know that. They'll be going, yeah, we know.
But no one tells you this.
No one tells you that shit, no. No, for sure.
That's part of the journey is learning. Or you can watch this podcast and you can get the little fucking...
Right? Rap tips. Again, and it's funny, you know, because you pick up these little things, but they just become... I don't know, like over through the years, like when I've watched, for example, I don't want to give away too many, I won't give away any more secrets, just one. But when I'm watching Checkers clean a verse, my guy looks at the entire vocal and he zooms right in and he listens to the breaths. Yep. He takes the breaths out. Yeah. And that's why it sounds so fucking clean every time. He takes out everything that doesn't need to be there and it just sounds so clean. You don't notice the breaths until they're gone and then you're like, whoa. Yeah. And then all I can hear is rappers going, breathing like a motherfucker. All I can hear when I listen to people's records sometimes is them breathing because their engineer didn't clean their shit right.
Go to Chess.
Checkmate, Chess Sounds, man. Yo, man. He's one of the best engineers I've ever met. Yeah. Incredible, man. Oh, yeah, incredible.
And he looks after a lot of Melbourne's fucking best rappers, best artists.
Do you know what? You get what you pay for in life every single time. Mm-hmm. You always get what you pay for. So you can pay $20 to get your song mixed. It will sound like shit. You can go to Checkers and pay what it should cost, and it will sound as good as your song can sound.
And you can also bounce a few ideas potentially off one of the best dudes in Melbourne to do it. You know.
Yep. He's got beats out the arse too. So you know.
He's actually. I've spoken to him. He's going to. We might do a bit of a competition where he'll give us a beat and we'll get dudes to spit 16 on it.
Yeah.
And then
sick.
There's
a song born.
Yeah, easy. Well, it could be. Yeah.
Yeah. You just take the best 3 verses and slap a hook in there, and it's a song.
Well, I was gonna work on. Yeah, I've got to work on that before I drop it. But yeah, that is an idea. Do you have aside from your crews that you've mentioned?
Go on, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, were you gonna talk about more solo stuff?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Let's do some more solo stuff then.
After
you did it, yeah. So
after Fuck You Bars was Points of View.
Yeah.
Which is basically just talking about topics, points of view is what it was called.
Yeah.
Again, Jack Beats, that was out in 2010 or 11. Then after that was Carnival Music, which I worked with a producer called Youthful Implants. That was all like 130 to 150 BPM. Lively. It was called Carnival Music because it was that up-tempo, lively sort of vibe. Then after that was the album, which came out 2016.
Yeah.
And then that was up until... before this 2017 till now period, up until 2016, that was all the releases I'd had to then. And then after that was Minister 1, 2, and 3. Oh, sorry, before that actually was Grown Man Music, Grown Man Business.
You've got a lot, yeah.
Yeah, there's a few. I think I've done about 10 or 11 releases. Grown Man Business came out, but what happened was Minister had already been in the works for several months, and I had maybe 8 or 9 songs. And then Murky passed away, and I just couldn't get my brain back to where it was trying to be. Then Grown Man Music was born because I had to try and just flush everything out, and you know, it takes time to heal from certain things.
And that's a big bookmark in your musical journey, I guess, as well.
That moment, yeah. Because then I realised like we didn't actually have a song, just me and him back to back. We had a song called On This Ting, but he just didn't get the verse recorded. He'd sent me like recordings of him spitting the verse, but he hadn't actually got it recorded, and that was on Minister One. So that was the first minister because he was meant to be on that. So yeah, that changed the mood of a few things, and I think I actually changed as a human off of that. I think I realised I'd spent a lot of time focusing on certain things when really you could be gone tomorrow, innit? What have you not done that you want to do?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Things like that.
It's sad that it often takes in somebody's life, you know, losing someone close to you to realise what life's all about.
Yeah, it's crazy. Death will give life meaning.
Yeah. Like before we were saying, you got to take the positive out of the situation, and the positive is you learn that fucking life's precious, so you got to do what you want to do.
Yep. So after Grown Man Business came out, that was 5-track EP, they're all deep songs. Somebody once asked me, like, why don't you do any more stuff like this? And I'd say, because I was in a fucking hole, bruv. Like, he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, oh, that's not just words that we write for fun. I was in a fucking depressive hole, and I had to write something to get it off my chest. And it was only when other people resonate with you, where they say to you, like, I'm feeling what you said here, or you just got it off your chest, you know? You can start the process of healing. And I had to say to this guy, like, I'm not putting myself in a frame of mind to be able to write such deep lyrics. I don't want to be in that hole. No. You don't go there through choice. Yeah, I know some of the best music I've ever done came out of that hole, but I won't go back in that fucking hole for anything.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes the listeners don't always realise that with some really deep songs that are meaningful.
Yeah. But I'm sure some do, and it resonates with some people when they message you and say, man, I know what you're going through here. I'm feeling this. This is, you put into words what my mental state was, you know?
So that EP for me probably was one of those times where I'd had random people messaging me telling me, shit, like, you saved my life. Talking about I saved your life. What does that mean? Yeah. And you get into it with people and you talk to people a little bit more through the DMs, and you come to realise that they've been through crazy situations. And this lyric is something that maybe their person who passed away had said to them, or something touched them anyway, and they turned their life around. I had one guy that told me one of my songs, there was something I'd said, and it made him pursue a career in football. Like, it was in football. Yeah. And he went for tryouts at a team, and he got in, and then he got spotted by someone, and now he's playing for some fucking national, like a city. He's playing for a city in Australia. I won't go into it, but yeah, it inspired him to do it. And I said, it's nothing to do with me, mate. Like, you did it. Yeah. But that's cool that my music helped, or you feel like it helped, you know? And that was cool, man. Like, that was a slight turning point, and that definitely gives what you're saying. When you draw a positive from a negative, then you realise how much impact it had. And that was kind of cool. And it wasn't intentional. It was never like, what's the word? Like contrived. Yep. Didn't write that shit to try and touch people's heartstrings. I wrote that shit because that's what came out of my mouth. Mm-hmm. You know? Yep. And when that is the truly organic outcome from a situation, and that there is no better. It's like a life achievement. It's not something you ever intended to do, but it's a life achievement. I put that up there right with some of the best decisions I've ever made. Like, an achievement that other people attribute something I've said to them making positive change. These are words. They made the positive change. They always had the ability. They just didn't know.
You were the conduit that helped them. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah. Like, that's real cool. Like, to know that you've had a real world impact from words, that's cool. Yeah. That's cool. Like, and maybe that's why I feel so content with myself, because there are moments in life like that. I've had one of them. Very fortunate to have been one of those people who can have the privilege to say, I think I may have helped a person or two. Yeah. I've had quite a few messages over the years, and it's cool, man. Yeah. Right. Everyone's just a person, isn't it? Everyone's just a...
That's it. Yeah. And I think the internet is great for that, where people can reach out, but people use it for a negative more than anything. There's a lot of people trying to drag other people down. So when you do get the positives out of it, it's a fucking win.
Cool, eh? Yeah. Yeah, man. And I say, because I never planned for none of that. It was never a contrived. I was never hoping to get that or wanted to get that. And it happened. It was like, cool. And then the video that went with that EP was just a collaboration of me just being kind of a creative person. I said to the guy doing the video, guys, I've got these 3 songs. I reckon I can mash them into one thing. Yep. Let's flesh it out.
A narrative. Like, yeah.
Let's flesh out a little journey, and we pick up this person and we drive to here, and it turned out to be like a little 15-minute movie.
It's sick, man.
And I think that was one of the very first times anyone had actually done that in Australia. Now, unbeknownst to me at the time, people had started doing it in England, but I was unaware of that because I don't watch what people are doing. I'm too busy in my own little world. Yeah. And I come to find out that there was this one called Shiro Story. I had no idea of this. And this guy had basically written raps, but he was more rapping about the situation you were seeing on screen. So it's more like a musical.
Narration.
Yeah. For a longer video, 20-minute video, but with music the whole way through. Where music was coming in, and then drama, and then music and drama, and it it was really cool.
Like a little mini opera or some
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
And when I realised we were already like halfway done with this clip, by the time I realised that other people had been doing this, I was a little bit like, it's going to seem like I've copied them. But then I knew that I fucking haven't. I came up with this idea on my own.
Yep.
I ain't copied no one. And because I know that, cool. Like, had I known that these clips are already out, I might have been more hesitant to have done a 15-minute clip like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then that's what spurred the second one, which then came out with Minister 1 or Minister 2, I think it was.
Yeah. But then that's something that you're obviously proud of in the end. You know?
Yeah, it was cool, man. And the guy, again, 7-6, the guy that produced that video, like, we worked real closely. Like, we bounced a lot of ideas. And he did things some ways that I wouldn't have wanted to do things, but the result was brilliant. Brilliant. And that was another moment in my life of development where you go, right, sometimes you just got to let go of it and let people do what they do and trust in them to get the job done right. And not have what you think is going to be the best process.
It's hard when you're a solo artist, though. Do you know what I mean? Because you've got, it's your project, it's your thing, especially
your vision
when you're
and,
so then, but I guess on the other side, you employ somebody because you want their services.
Yeah. And the skills and the ideas that they can bring to the table. And I've got quite an energetic person. I have a lot of ideas and get creative with things and go well off the deep end with creative ideas. And it's real good to have 7-6 there because he was the one who was doing it. So he was kind of telling me what's possible and what's not possible. You know, and we were just exploring all avenues and we've got a brilliant result at the end of the day. Like, the result was brilliant, better than we could have even hoped for. And then the second one we did, which came out with Minister 1, was slightly different ilk. It was more of a higher energy. We put in some action stuff, some fight scenes. Now, I've trained with Checkmate, actually, for a long time, good 10 plus years. So we had access to people who were skilled martial artists that could come and get involved and help choreograph certain scenes. And yeah, we made another little movie, it was a lot more fun making the second one than it was the first one. The first one was in a painful period of time. We still weren't all smiles. We were still reeling at that point. Yep. Whereas the next long clip, 15-minute clip, was much more fun. Yeah. Had a good time with it.
And well received from the audience?
Yeah. I think that the first one was, obviously, it was its own thing. The second one, maybe it wasn't in the same ilk as the first one, but it was a different thing. Similar, but different.
More mature approach?
I would say more of an entertainment approach. Yep. Whereas the first one was really just a visual for the songs. Let the songs do everything. Whereas the second one was more visually entertaining. We had included a slightly more rare tear, scene, fight scenes and chasing and, ignorant shit, really. Whereas the first one, there was nothing ignorant in the first one. It was just some real deep music.
Get it out,
Yeah, telling a story on a journey from A to B and then it cut off.
You got plans for clips for the new record?
Yeah, I want to go with something a bit different again. I'm going to do another 20-minute clip. Something different. I haven't worked out all the ideas. I've got a videographer in mind. We've spoken. He's feeling the shit that I'm spouting as ideas, as we were just spitballing ideas. He was feeling a lot of the things I was suggesting, and he has a vision for it, and he really wants to get in and do something creative. But until I've got the music 100%, I can't give it to him. I want to go to him with a 20-minute mix and go, here's the music. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. There's guests on it, so I'm feeling like...
Do you want to tell us? Do you want to...
I haven't worked it all out, but some of the ideas are like, for example, I've got people that are in other countries, other cities. How do you bring all these people together to perform their parts? Well, instantly my brain goes, well, how can you even get these amount of people? How would you even have a conversation with this many people? It's like, well, a Zoom call. Okay, so do you frame the entire video like a Zoom call and you take the main screen and you've got people in little boxes around the edge, right? Yeah. Then do we go into that Zoom screen and now we're in the environment. We're no longer looking at the screen. We're in first person in that room. Now, maybe I'll get up from there and go for a wander and then the Zoom call will come back on the phone in the car. So now we're changing. That's what I'm saying, right? So we start to change. I go into the corner shop and the person behind the counter is now their perspective and they're looking at me on the CCTV while the song's happening and the phone rings and it's the guest MC and I'm like, yo, and then you go into there and then, I don't know, brother, isn't it? Like...
It's a good concept, though.
You know, like, how can you seamlessly move from song to song without...
That's a lot of storyboarding.
A lot of storyboarding.
Yeah.
The best ideas are always so simple. It's just so simple. It's all it is, a real simple concept, real simple transitions. It doesn't need to be rocket science. It just needs to be a good concept.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with it, like trying to work out how to gel 12 songs together in one go and make it into something a bit different. It could be a comic strip. It could be a comic book. Each, you turn the page and it's... I don't know, innit? Yeah. I just don't know. You could be flicking channels on the TV and this verse comes up and it's that artist. Or you're back in, get in the car and you tune the radio and it comes on and I don't even know, I haven't even thought about it enough. I need to get the music because then the visual presents from the song. Like the intro song, it's very much an intro song. It sounds like something's building up the whole time. Yeah. How do I start it? So I say I'm at that point.
But it's all 140 though.
It's all 140.
Yeah. But you're building it up, I guess, just sonically, not with the temp. Yeah.
Yeah, and because all the beats match, I've even got to the point where I've run out acapellas for 8 bars, and I've got an 8-bar instrumental before the next song drops. I know I'm going to join these two together. Yeah. I made a beat, and then I've made another beat, and I'm listening back to them, and I realise I wrote the same melody twice. Yeah. It's the same melody. Yeah. So I mashed them together. So I mashed them together, right? I just put a chorus in the middle and I mashed them together. So things like that, where can we shoot a clip with a red hue and then when it changes, we come back with a purple hue because the interlude was blue and red's purple.
Purple, yeah.
I don't know.
It's mathematics, man.
I'm just fucking with ideas, you know? And once I get a videographer who can tell me what is and what isn't possible, go from there.
Yeah, well, you need somebody that's going to say, man, that'll work. That I don't know. You know,
you need someone to rein me in and go, dude, one idea at a time. You know, like, When
you mentioned, it just made me think of something. When you mentioned the overseas guests and potential features and stuff, obviously you're well received here. Do the English community do they say, oh, what they're doing in Australia is a bit different? Is it well received back home?
I don't really know. Yeah. I mean, they're aware that grime has permeated the whole world. It ain't going nowhere. Grime ain't died. Every time someone says it, Wiley's got a brilliant song. He says every time they say it's died, it just makes it stronger. Yeah. And, you know, so they're aware that grime has gone worldwide. But I don't know whether they are feeling it, looking for it, watching for it. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I'm not sure.
It's interesting, isn't it?
I think that now it's a viable career path. I don't know if anyone cares enough, whereas 10, 15 years ago, someone would have taken personal pride and gone, fucking sick. Our music is on the other side of the world. Yeah. We are doing something right.
Yeah. And now you've got some UK artists breaking the US market. So that's pretty fucking cool on a global scale.
I've got my next door neighbours playing Central C. I'm like, this is mad. I can't believe how big these guys have got. It's just to watch people from our community get so large. It's incredible, you know? Like when Australians be like, wagwan blood. I find it amusing and I'm as proud as I am amused because our culture has permeated the whole world. Not just English culture, West Indian culture. Yep. Let's not get it twisted. West Indian culture is where all of this music's coming from. Mm-hmm. You know? These guys are growing up listening to soca, and reggae, and dancehall. I grew up listening to soca. It's probably why some of these beats I've made are not grime. They're too dancey. They've got too much of that energy about them because that's what I grew up listening to. All of this music to me, it's the same thing.
So it's that Central C, obviously as big as he is now, that didn't happen accidentally. I think he really orchestrated how he made those moves to blow up, man. Yeah. I think so. I think I think he knew what he was doing. I don't think it was a fucking accident.
Maybe. I mean, people come in the game now with a plan.
I think he did, man.
If you're opening a business, when you go to the bank, what do they want to see?
Business plan.
Fucking A.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go into a major record label and go, here's my business plan. This is what we're going to do. We've got the street team, we've got this, we've got that, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And we got the song.
Yeah. But I think he sort of had a plan to go sort of viral and to drop the clips along the way. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it just, that doesn't just happen accidentally. No,
it's a whole new... As I said to you before about how people will make a snippet and release it, see what people think, run with it. Yes. Different world. Yeah. I don't know about this new world, man. And you know what? I'm quite content where I am.
Totally.
I'm quite content with knowing that I'm not with all this new stuff. I'm not putting TikTok on my phone.
Yeah.
Giving Chinese military access to my call log? Definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
But I think TikTok played a huge part in him blowing up because I think people stitched his, that sort of thing.
Yep.
As people would, I think it's a whole thing. You want to have plans to go viral, and then when that happens, you got to look at that. Was it M.R, right? Right. So he went. It's that same line that everywhere, but that just went viral.
It's funny, eh? Something becomes a meme. You better make money off of it. We better strike while the iron's hot.
Right. Well, that's it. Was man like that the comedian?
Yeah.
But that comedian. What about that comedian dude that did "Man's Not Hot"? Right. Like he didn't drop another track until like 2 years later. He needed to put that out a month after.
You know that was a freestyle.
Yeah. It
was originally a freestyle, right?
Yeah.
He hadn't. You know what? Okay. So with the industry, the music industry changed, and I feel like we were. I don't want to use the word infiltrated because it sounds like there's no space for them. But the music industry has been dominated by entertainment industry as well. It's not just music anymore. And I think that the person who makes the music, you're not just buying their music, you're buying them as a person. For example, that KSI guy made a music album, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's not a musician, right?
No, he's an influencer.
He's an influencer,
YouTuber.
TikToker, YouTube dude. He's got big enough. So now it's like you get a fan base, decide what you want to do with your fan base.
Yeah.
So a musician's not even a musician anymore. So it's an interesting time. We've been infiltrated with a lot of entertainers, and music is entertaining. But sometimes musicians aren't entertainers by sheer nature. For example, some musicians are actually introverts. They don't really want to be out there talking with all them people. And some musicians are introverts, but no entertainers are introverts.
No.
You won't get an introverted entertainer, but you will get an introverted musician.
I think if you become a meme, your chances are of getting a record deal are fucking pretty good, right?
Fucking nuts.
What about that? The one chick said, "Cash Me Outside." How about that? Then she's releasing albums. Like, how does that even fucking work?
I don't even know, mate. I honestly.
But you're being a meme, and
I'm. You know when you find yourself just an old school dude in a new school time, and I'm out of it. I don't really understand what is cool. I see things. I'm like, how is this even? I hear some rap songs from America, and these fuckers are not even in time. They're not even on the beat. They've punched every sentence. They're running over sloppy. There's too many syllables in the sentence. The articulation's awful, and they're not in time. How is this song even a song?
Some of it sounds so similar, man. It's all so same. Yeah.
I suppose just do what you want.
Just
do what you want. Just cool. Do what you want, eh? I mean, cool. I don't even know anymore.
The internet has made a whole generation of people kind of pretty simple. Do you know what I mean? Like now,
smartphones and dumb people, right?
Man, but like there's people out there on YouTube who just react to other people's videos, and they're professional at doing that. All they do is watch other people's video and go like, "Oh, I can't believe he's done that!" Like it's fucking crazy world we live in, man.
I can't even understand it. I mean, I understand the basic premise of a human being: path of least resistance, for one. Right? People are always going to take the path of least resistance. Expel less energy, get more returns. I know that is a staple for a human being. Can we use that? These people can sit in their bedrooms and get paid. Okay, it kind of seems like an easy path, but if it works, right?
But now that's what kids want to be. They just want to be like a streaming Roadblocks fucking,
Interesting, eh?
Yeah.
Interesting, man. I don't know, different times, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, things change. That's when you realise that you're getting older, and the things have changed right in front of you, and you still haven't kept up with it.
Yeah.
Get turned into a meme and get a record deal. That's wild, man.
Yeah.
Like,
but you can think of a bunch of people that have done it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it comes from that Kardashians thing. Like people are famous for being famous. They're not actually famous for doing anything of merit.
Yeah.
And so now you've got record companies that are like, this person's got 1 million followers or 2 million. Now we just get them. That's it.
KSI style. They can sell a record. Let's put the record out. The record costs 50 grand to produce, and we make back $1 million. Let's do it. It's 950 profit by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Right? Interesting. I suppose survival. If people can get monetary gains through doing anything, they'll do it.
But this is the thing, and I think a lot of kids these days don't really understand the idea of selling out. You want to do something as you're older that you're proud of, right? Now, whether or not you made money shouldn't really be the issue. Sure, you got to fucking live, but that's why you have a normal job and do your creative pursuits.
Yeah, the love on the side.
I think a lot of these kids are thinking, I just got to, if I get a chance to get some person to sponsor my fucking videos, then go for it. And that's just the wrong mentality, I think.
It's a weird time. I say I'm just trying to keep my head in it and just to accept that you don't know shit. Keep it moving. It don't concern you. Keep it moving. What are they doing over there? Don't matter what they're doing over there. Just keep focusing on what you're doing over here. You know, because it's such a weird time. I mean, I'm not going to go into like politics and social ideas and all of this, but there's some shit that you hear these days and you're going, what? This is crazy.
Yeah.
What? You can't say what you think anymore. What? You get shut down. What? You lose your house. What? You're getting coerced. It's a mad world.
Crazy world.
Mad. And I think actually the older you get, I think it's always been mad, but the older you get, the more aware of it you are and the more of it you've seen.
Yeah.
When you're 18, 17, you don't really see too much of it.
But when you become parents, it changes your outlook as well because you start to think...
Right, we're going back into what we were talking about before, weren't we?
It's true,
Mate,
though.
It is true. You're right. You're absolutely right. Since having a child, it has immensely changed who I am
Because you think
as a
about
human.
what it's going to be like down in the future for them. You're like, originally you think, all right, I'm just doing me, whatever, the world can go crazy.
yeah.
Now you think, what kind of world are the kids going to live in, in 50 years' time?
Yep.
Different mentality.
It does. It changes you so much, man. It's impressive. But I say, mate, anytime you want to get back in here and talk about a parenting thing, just fucking holler at me. I'll be back.
We'll do
I'll
it.
be back, mate.
We'll do
Get
it.
a couple of other geezers who have dad chat, like... Anyway, go on.
For sure. Well, man, it's funny that you mentioned that because I do have this set up here as sort of fucking DIY as it is. It's all ready to go, but I could have other people come in and do some more stuff now, which would be sick to do something that's just on top of the 3,000 shit.
Yeah, man. Like even to be very specific, Melbourne dad life. Where do you take your kids? Down in Cranbourne, there's a little wading pool and they've got sprinklers and a water wall and all this entertainment for little things like that, right?
Yeah. And then we can have dudes come in, we can do ciphers as well. We can cover the whole thing.
Absolutely. You can bring the kids in, get them in some little cars, doing donuts, have a racetrack in here, get them punching on and shit.
That's, man.
We won't really get them punched.
No, we won't. Man, we're going on some tangents. Where do we go? Do you want to talk more solo stuff? You want to do
So we got up to Minister 1. So 1, 2, 3. So with Minister 1, 2, 3, I looked at it like, okay, we've been here for a minute. This whole scene just blew up around us. There's people all over the place that are coming onto this grime thing. There's 50-50s massive. There's fully gassed. There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Let's work with some new people. There's finally some new people to work with.
Some local talent.
That's where I was at with Minister 3. So I tried to invite a whole bunch of guests from this new scene that has arisen onto the records. Start doing a thing. And that's where Minister 1, 2, 3 came from. I had X amount of beats, local producers, etc., etc. And it's just one simple thing. Music, beats, vibes, couple hooks here, bars, everyone's on bars.
Yeah.
Cool. Put out 1, 2, and 3. Did a remixes album as well, using mostly Australian producers who remix the tracks. Released that one as well.
And people are starting to notice now that aren't within that community because it is getting a little bit more fucking... The genre in itself is getting a little bit more airtime, you know what I mean?
It's grown outside of it. Yeah, it's funny because, in 2018, I think we went and did the Triple J cypher.
Yep. So let me think about that. Was that when there was... So the Fraksha...
I think it was Wombat, Alex, Shadow...
Chilling It? No, was that a different one?
That might have been... That was the one in Sydney. I think we did... Oh, shit, I've got a bad memory, eh? I think we did... Oh, no, it might have been the same one. Righty was there. I think Mitchos might have been there. Maybe Raj... There was quite a few people. It was the Triple J one, yeah.
With Hal.
Yeah, with Hal. I think we went down to Sydney for that one.
Yeah.
So there was like a lot of new artists that had just come out. And like, cool. So I tried to work with a few people and put the feelers out, see what people are like, get to know people, etc. Minister 1, 2, 3, and then shortly after that was COVID got in the way of everything. And then that was when it was all lockdown. I had to try and make some music remotely. Sending beats, and it was all just the F about. Trying to record lyrics, F all that. Look, I could get the computer to work, I can click record, but to press all these buttons and line it up, and then to get back to the microphone and be it's too difficult.
Yeah.
It's too difficult. It took me 3 hours just to get a song recorded, and it seemed like it was just a waste of my time because as soon as I get back to Checkers, this is done in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Perfectly. Now I got to go through all these takes because I'm trying to record it myself. So I just said bollocks to recording lyrics at home. Yeah. No point. Too difficult. The latency issues I was having as well from processor and RAM power and speed, it's just too much. It's too much effort.
Yeah.
So I started trying to make a few beats. And then I put out an EP called Self-Made, which I had the acapellas. They had original beats. Certain situations transpired that was the end of those situations. So I was like, right, I've got these 4 acapellas, I'm going to remake the beats. So the first 4 beats I made ended up getting released called Self-Made EP. I didn't talk about it at all. I just came up with a name, a production name, Oscar the Grouse.
Yeah.
Worked under that name for that one release. Made those 4 beats. They're all right. They were the first 4 beats I made. Mm-hmm. They were all right. If I could go back and do them now, I'd probably add in another 2 tracks because, again, they were limited to 8-track max. No samples, all written, all played. Didn't even know that there was an EQ adjustment button. I didn't even know it was there at the time. I didn't change the sounds. I didn't filter them.
Are you happy with how it turned out, though?
Yeah, they were all right. It was a vibe. Yeah. I felt it was a vibe. I was happy with it. I liked listening to it. There was one tune in particular that was just hectic. I loved it. I had a load of guests on it and I put dropouts in places. I enjoyed making it. I had a good time doing it. I had a lot of fun with it, you know? Yeah, so then after Self-Made EP was... Me and Frak released an EP in May last year, 50-50. That had been in the works for years, since pre-COVID. Yeah. We had the beats, had the bars, just being slack, not doing nothing. And then COVID came and we just kind of knuckled down, got ourselves finalised and released that in May last year. Yeah, 5 tracks, did a couple of clips. It was good. Yeah. Grime, pure grime.
And it's a throwback to the 50-50 night? Or is it just half? Yeah.
Bit of an ode to both, really. It was 50-50 mainly because it was half and half back-to-back EP. And that's the first back-to-back EP me and Frak have ever done. Yeah. Like after 20-odd years working together, it's the first time we've ever had a solo release, just me and him. So that was cool. Nice to have that notch on the belt, I suppose. You know, like, yeah, we did this. And then I had another EP ready to go at the same time as that. So I actually took one of the songs from that and put it on the one with Frak to fill it up. And then I got the next EP ready in the meantime, which was... What was it called? Grime and Grease. Produced by Alex, all 4 beats. And that's called Grime and Grease. In fact, my daughter shot one of those beats, one of the videos. Sorry, I put the GoPro on her head. Sat her in the back of the car, did the song a few times and sent it to the geezer to be edited. And he just found the best of the takes. Yeah. But I wanted her in it, but I don't want her in it. I don't agree with putting my kids on the internet. I'm not about that.
It's a hard one, isn't it?
I'm not about it. I'm not about it.
Yeah.
In any way, shape or form. I'm not about it.
Yeah. You're proud of your kids and you want, like, I took a good photo yesterday and I'm hesitant to put it on my Instagram and I'm like, but what do you do? You want to be proud of them, but also you don't want to shelter them. It's a tough one.
The world that we have now, we cannot foretell where AI is going to take the future. And having done certain things in my life, could have a negative impact on her future. Because her fucking lecturer went and looked up 25 years ago, and what was her dad? No. Yeah. So there's no need for her to be on it. There's no benefit to anyone or anything. If you're in my life and you're with us, then you can see the family. But if you're not part of my family, you ain't seeing my family. That's my fucking family, yo.
A friend of mine, he had a good idea. He started an email account, and then they just send the photos there, and then the kids can look at them when they're 18 or whatever.
Mate. Yep, we have a thing where we do share photos with family because my mum and all my family are in England. So yeah, we do have ways to do it like that, but I'm not about putting kids on the internet, mate. Yeah. I watch enough Black Mirror. Yeah. I watch enough Black Mirror to say this ain't that far off. Oh, yeah. Like, really. Like, nah, there's no need for it, man. There's no need for it because there's some people within our society are currently doing things that are going to wreck their children's lives in the future. Yeah.
But also kids, I don't think really understand that when you're young, imagine there was social media around when we were young, right? Would be fucked. But,
fucked, mate.
But kids now would be, you could make one bad move now and you may never get a job.
Correct.
Right?
These parents who like catch their kids doing something or film their kid fighting and then put their kid on, what are you doing? Why are you putting your kid on the internet for people to ridicule? You understand this is going to affect your child's whole life. One funny 2-second meme video for you is going to affect your whole life for a child.
Yeah.
Fuck that, man.
Yeah.
I'll play like that.
No.
So no, I keep all that off the internet. Private life's still. For sure, man.
Yeah.
All about that. There's no need for it. Do you know what? And I'll tell you something else. When I'm on the internet and I'm scrolling and people post pictures there, I unfriend them. I don't need to see you and your youths. I don't know you. I don't know your family. Why am I seeing pictures? I don't fucking know you. Like, what? Listen, there shouldn't be some random full-grown man who recognises your youths. What the fuck is that about?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? Don't need to follow you. Catch you later. I just put them on mute.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily unfollow them. I just put them on mute.
Yeah,
Then you don't see anything they post. What's wrong with these people, man?
Yeah.
That's just the way I see it. And I was never like that until I had kids.
Kids, then you get it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it
mate.
starts to change things a bit more.
Mate, the wife's as paranoid as I am, right? A whole world, bruv, so it works perfectly.
That's good.
For real, man. Like, you know, my eyes are wide open. I know enough about history to be concerned about the future.
That's a man. You could.
History's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Don't get me started, mate, because I'm really into my history.
Yeah. Well, you're into history. You're into your cars and your bikes too, man.
Just say one thing: the Pico-Sykes agreement's fucking bullshit, and we need to really fucking figure out our world. I'll stop right there. Okay. Anyone knows what Pico-Sykes is? You get me?
I don't.
Okay. We'll leave it there.
I'll look it up.
Go and look it up. Pico-Sykes.
Okay.
All right. Grime and Grease EP. That was the last thing that was released. And now I'm sitting waiting for the new music, which I've been building since COVID. So yeah, I think I've made 40 beats, selected 13 that were good enough. 11 have lyrics and are ready to go. And I've got 2 absolute fucking burners that I cannot decide what to do with because I've done something special. I've got 2 beats that I'm real happy with. Like, these are the best beats I've ever made.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to bar them and chuck them on the next EP. I'm waiting for something specific for a couple of beats, 2 beats in particular. I don't even know what I did, but they came out right.
Right. But do you want to use them yourself?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I'm going to continue making beats, these might be some of the first beats I would be willing to let go for a price, in a sense. But then to consider that is like, well, I should just use them. Or I just use them and then put the instrumentals out and let other people duppy them and let them just shell the beats and let the beats become just open to everyone to use as and when they want, whatever.
Yeah.
Just
Open
the beat's
source
sick.
sort of thing. Yeah.
Like, if you listen to this beat and you think it's sick and it makes you write heavy bars, let me hear them.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's potential virality there, man. If you were going to use that, you can put that out.
Oh,
like,
right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
you're not thinking like that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if you'd like to hear what other people do,
As a way of promoting it.
then you go here, and that's got viral potential.
Yeah, okay. Because they're real, man, there's a couple that I'm real happy with.
Are they on that USB?
No, I haven't even written to them yet because I'm like, this is fucking, I don't know what to do with them yet.
Yeah.
But there are some on there which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like them all.
Yeah.
It's just 2 I haven't got round to yet. I haven't decided. Whereas the rest of them almost wrote themselves, man. You play a beat, and for me, the beat just starts. It gives you an avenue. You think of that first lyric, and away you go. So yeah, the next one will be Project 140. I've got to get it out before July. So it's got to come out this year. I've got to.
You've said it now, so you've got to make it happen. That's good.
Oh, mate, I've got some things going on in July, which I need to be done with this EP before July.
Yep.
So hopefully June. Hopefully I can get it out in June. I want the visual and all of that ready as well, so I haven't got to keep on effing around. When I do releases, I don't like to work hand to mouth. Yeah. I like to have the whole thing sitting there, waiting to go. I'm usually working on the next EP by that point.
But you've got some more stuff to take care of first.
Yes. I've got to do... Really, it's nitpicking. It's the bits that really make it stand out. Dropouts. For example, where there's a real nice lyric or I'm really gunning the bars hard and the flow's real techie, I might just take all the drums out in that bit, take out the synth and just let the bass line carry it through and then just clap, and then back in we go. Yeah. Something like that. So just texturing it, dropouts. Yeah.
Is that where someone like Checkmate comes into it and sort of... No,
not at that point. He's at the final hurdle where he starts to remove frequencies and pushing up certain sounds that weren't prominent to begin with, and they really give the song another 10% of feel.
Yep.
The sound that I feel like I have, I use relatively cheap earphones. They're just like the entry-level AKGs.
Yep.
So the frequency range isn't superb. I do have a pair of proper monitor speakers, which I do use. But still, he's got a much better setup and his ear is ready for it. Whereas I've actually lost a lot of my hearing already because I grew up around
gigs,
music. Yeah, but actually, from when I was a child, I probably got the most damage. I used to go to gigs with my dad, and I remember just looking into the speaker stack at dancehall raves in London and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, like, I could feel in my chest.
Yeah.
I was fucking shouldn't have been looking into a speaker at the age of 5. It's like, again, 80s. They just did whatever whatever, right? Yeah. So I've got very bad ear. I've got permanent ringing in both ears, and it's getting worse. So yeah. Checker's ear, mint.
Yeah.
So yeah, I take it to him for that final bit, but I'm just at that process now of getting it sounding the way I like.
Yeah.
Dropouts, etc., etc.
And working out who you're going to get on the features and all that
All
sort of
done.
stuff. It's done.
All done. Some of those verses have been sent to me like 2+ years ago. Some people still message me and go, bro, are you going to use that verse? I'm like, sorry, mate.
Yeah.
Family life got in the way.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm definitely trying, but yeah. So I got all the verses back. There was a couple people that didn't get the verses back. That's cool. Whatever. I'll work with them in the future if we can get it working or whatnot. But again, everyone's in their own situations, and not everyone has the ability to get to studio. Studio is expensive.
Yeah.
To ask someone for a verse is $100. There's the time away from the kids and the wife, the studio time, the commuting, the organising. Jeez, like if someone has got kids, if your kid has a wobbly morning, your whole plans are gone for the whole day, as you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, the verses I got back are all in. They're all in order. I think there's 4, 5 solo tracks and 6 feature tracks.
Yeah. Do you want to give us any clues?
Yeah. I got one of my favourite MCs. He hasn't really released much stuff, but the way he delivers the bars kills me, man. He's so sick. His name's Spencer James. Mm-hmm. He's from Melbourne, I think Bacchus Marsh direction, over the west side.
Yeah, right.
Man, this geezer's verse is so sick, man. Like, he's got 2 verses for me on this EP, and they're just so tough. Like, I personally am feeling that shit.
Yeah. And it pushes you when you hear stuff like that? It inspires you?
It gasses me up. Honestly, you could ask him, man. Quite often, I'll just send him a message. It's just me rapping his verse.
Yeah.
I've got the heart of a lion like Aslan.
We can listen to that after this?
Yeah, you can absolutely have a listen. Yeah. I think I've got a vocal version on my phone, where it's just instrumentals on there. But yeah, I do have a version. Who else have I got right? I've got Joe Freak Show, Big Red Cap, JLP, Macca, Salty MC, guy from Tasmania who's just cutting his teeth in the industry now called Lovitz. I like his bars too, his delivery, his flow. It's good. You can tell that he grew up with grime in front of him. And you can just hear it. Mm-hmm. You go, oh yeah, okay, I can hear this guy's got his flow, yeah. Who else we got on there? Joe Freak Show from New Zealand. Mm-hmm. No Frax, no Diem.
That's probably
mental.
People, yeah.
Mental. What's going on? I know. I'm going to wait until it's all done, and then I'm going to go to them with the final 11 tracks and go, which of these songs do you not want to be on?
Okay.
And if they're in it, they're in it. If they're not, that's cool.
Okay. A different way than you probably previously have done it.
Yeah, I was going to go to them with a final product, so there's no effing around and waiting. Like, if you're feeling the vibe of the song and you think you can do something or you want to do something, because obviously we've been busy for a long time and different motivations, different avenues. Frax has said a few times he's on like a bit of a back burner with music, and then he's back, and then he's on a back burner and he's back. So, Yeah. And again with Diem, sometimes he's on music, sometimes he's off music. So we're all doing our thing. So if they want in, they're in, obviously. I wanted to get Alex as well, but he's not in the zone for it at the moment either.
Yeah. Which I think everyone wants to hear some more from him, hopefully.
100%. Yeah. Trying to think, who else did I have on it? And then there was a couple of other verses that completely unknown MCs. I hollered at them because they're listeners that like grime, and I know they spit bars with each other. So like, these are completely unknown people. They are just listeners who holler at me, and I hollered back at them.
Wow.
Just because they was cool kids.
Yeah.
But they need to come to the studio with me to record the verses properly, because there's so much that I can squeeze out of them. The verses they sent back, the recordings are not good enough. That's what the reality is. Yeah. The recording quality, not quite up to par.
But they're from Melbourne, so you can get in the studio with them?
They're not from Melbourne. They're in Sydney, and I think they may even be in Japan at this point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they're young guys. I've already told them, don't even think about music. You finish doing what you're doing with your career in university, and they're studying like stuff at uni.
Yep.
So do not fucking just focus on what you're doing. This is never going to go away. So I don't want to holler at them and distract them. I hollered at them in the downtime between semesters.
Yep.
So they had a minute to do the verses for me, but then I said they weren't quite up to quality.
And that's good that you've got, because everyone needs, even if people are that driven and that focused, you need something to fall back on for sure. And that education's a big one.
Yeah, man, As I say, I come from a time where I ain't going to pay your mortgage, mate. You better have a backup plan. Yeah. Whereas now, obviously, it can pay mortgages. Shit, it can pay mortgages off if you. That's why in that lyric from when I did the thing, I said, kids steer clear of the biz. You really don't need the business anymore. You could do it yourself. As you said, Central C had X amount. He was huge before the majors even approached him.
Yeah.
Massive. They gave him millions of dollars because he's already huge. So yeah, kids don't need to be in with the business. But yeah, when we were young, it was always you better know what you're doing aside from music. I think that's about it on the guest. No guest production.
What about
bunch of samples?
Yeah.
Yeah, bunch of samples.
Yeah, okay. What about past people, not on this record that you've worked with and you've maybe been on there, you featured on their records or that sort of thing? You got some notable ones that stand out for you?
Yeah, I mean, just the other day I did a gig up in Sunshine, I mentioned before. Some geezer stood there, he's popping his head, and he comes up and he's like, Scotty Hinds. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? He goes, Emphasis album. I'm like, whoa, mate. Like, he recognised my voice from 14 years ago.
Was that what was that? Good Gracious? Yeah.
Yep. And he didn't look like he was a rap guy. He just some random geezer walking down the street. And he just stopped and started listening. It was an outdoor gig, daytime thing at a youth centre. And yeah, so that was kind of a bit bugged out for me. I even said to him, I was like, mate, you fucking made my day, man. Like, what's the chances of that?
Yeah.
You know? I mean, Emphasis was pretty large, but it's also 14 years ago. Yeah. That's not a little bit of time. That's a fucking long time.
Long time ago, yeah.
Yeah. You know, there's kids listening to rap that were one at that point in time.
Yeah, it's scary, isn't it?
It's a long time ago.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that album probably did quite a lot of wonders for grime as well, because the nature of that song was very different to the rest of the album, and that's what allowed it to stand out. And numerous people have told me over the years they think that was the best song on that album in particular, which is nice to hear. I don't know if I agree, but cool.
Yeah.
And I think for the tempo of that music, did a lot of wonders for the mainstream Aussie hip hop. When Phases did it, must be okay.
Okay, yeah.
You know, and I think for a lot of people, the barrier came down. I'll tell you what's weird about that beat, though. It was a 7-bar loop.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I don't know. It doesn't
Go back and listen to it. We changed the bar after 3 bars of rhyme and 4 bars of rhyme. The pattern to it was mad.
Did he do that intentionally because he's trying to flex his producer muscle?
I have no idea what he sampled to end up with that result, because I've never even seen or heard that happen before. Because if you try and run a 16 over it, which we tried many times, it don't fucking work, mate. Yeah. The natural rest point switch up is at 7th bar. Anyone go back and have a listen to that song and count the bars, and you'll see that it is a fucking weird format. The weirdest format I've ever...
You didn't ask him when he...
No.
So you
no.
just...
You just give us the beat, and it was only after writing to the beat and realising that something's going on here, and we'd all had this conversation, and me and Frak realised he's fucking 7-bar loop. It was 7 bars, and it goes back to the bar 1 again, so it was a 14-bar verse, which meant when we did half a verse each, 7 bars, it was so weird. I don't even know if anyone ever realised, but that's one of the little things about that song in particular.
What about if you both did 8 and overlapped?
An 8 and a 6?
No,
because it naturally built and raised up and then dropped back down into the next 7. So the natural rest points weren't even there.
Yeah.
No, you can listen to a beat and you already know when the 1 is coming back in the set of 4. Couldn't tell.
Yeah, interesting.
Couldn't tell.
I wonder if he tried to throw you a curveball just to see how you'd handle it.
Need more curve than that to throw us off, mate. Definitely. Especially we were like Byron as well, man. Like, yeah, we really toasted that track, man. That was a good song for us, that one.
Yeah.
Very good song.
Anyone else that you're looking forward or hoping to work with in the future that you haven't had the chance to yet, locally or overseas or something, man?
Not really.
No.
No, there's no one that I sort of look at and think, I'd like to work with that person. No, not really.
No.
There's a lot of talented artists out there. There's a lot of good musicians, but no, not really.
No.
Not really. I mean, just the existing crew, mate. Just Frak, Diem. I'd love to do a full Smash Brothers EP. Would be sick.
Yep.
Unlikely, but it would be sick.
Yeah.
No, not really.
What aside from music though, I know that you're into your fast things, you're into your bikes and cars and that sort of thing, man.
I am a definite petrol head. 100%. If you ain't a petrol head, this is where you should probably tune out because we're about to talk some mad funny shit. Yeah, mate, I love fucking racing. I love go-karting. It's probably my favourite thing to do. I've got good amount of go-karting. I love it. I just went a couple of weeks ago with Dietrich, yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Dietrich went go-karting.
Oh, yeah, because he's out that way too, isn't he? Yeah.
So small world. Like we're friends anyway, outside of music. So I'm actually his daughter's godfather. So we quite close family friends and
there you go.
His wife and his kids and stuff. So yeah, we went and had a little day for his birthday. We did some go-karting. I love it, mate. There's nothing I love more than go-karting, honestly. Like smashing it into them bends, flicking it in and then getting it back straight. And I love it, mate.
Man.
Racing, bikes, cars, everything.
When we do the dad podcast, we'll have to get him on. He's got 4 kids, doesn't he?
He's got 4 kids, yeah, man. He's got a wealth of advice about kids because he's got teenage sons now, right? So the dynamic's starting to change a little bit. But yeah, we went racing with them as well. I was passing him, and I just said to his son when we were go-karting, I was like, follow me. But it gets down to the point where it comes to physical strength.
Yeah.
Physically, how strong are you to muscle the cart around the corner? Which obviously, get it in and then straighten up again. It shouldn't take that much effort. But yeah, it was really good fun, man. Real good fun. And it all started with sports bikes, really. I rode a CBR 250 and it just used to scream. And then I got 600 and that just used to scream. And then I got a new car recently. I got AMG and it just screams. So yeah, I love dragging fuckers, racing. Go down to the car meets and stuff just to look for people to race. For sure. We do. We went to one recently and this geezer had this Subaru and he's giving it all the dump valve and that. Anyway, we get onto the on-ramp for the M1. And I put the window down. Like, hey, you want it? And he goes, yeah. And his little mate holds up this little box with buttons across the top. What's that? He's like, scanner. I'm like, oh, radar.
So they know the cops.
They had a radar scanner. So I was like, so we good? He's like, we good. I'm like, all right, on ramp, 40K roll. So we hit 40Ks, roll race, give it everything. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. We were going pretty quick. Yeah. Couldn't get to me, man. He just gapped him the whole time. It was just a constant pull on him. He just couldn't do it. RX-7 recently as well. He caught me on the roll. I was waiting for him to catch up to see what he had. And he caught me on a bend on a dual carriageway in RX-7, the rotary that we all know and love, you know? Yeah. Couldn't do it. He just didn't have the balls, mate. Yeah. He just couldn't do it. His little engine, he needed a bigger turbo. You're going to need at least 2 of them turbos. Yeah, mate, everyone gets dusted. But I will say, Godzilla done me a couple of months ago. Yeah. Godzilla done me. GTR 34, full spec, big exhaust on the back. Must have been a 3-inch straight through. He done me. Yeah. Well, I say he done me, but he started to walk away from me at the top of 4th gear, which is pretty impressive, you know? Like, it's no slouch to AMG, and the GTR walked away. Yeah. I was so excited, mate. I was in my car. I was like, yeah, fuck it. I was going nuts, man. I was very excited. But yeah, he done me, man.
So, and you're involved in like, not the organised shit, but you'll go to like the car shows and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, go to the meets, yeah. I saw a really nice RX-7 recently, actually. The whole engine bay was like a showpiece, and the turbo was effing huge. It was literally the size of a dinner plate. Yeah. He's got this tiny little rotary tucked in behind the turbo. Very, very nice cars. I even take my daughter to them as well and see what she thinks. We went to one up in Dandenong South recently, and there was a SLR 5000, the old Peter Brock. Yeah. I didn't grow up with these cars, so I'm not accustomed to them, but I know what that is. And I said, look at this one here, you know, and she's like looking at it, and she's like, loud, Daddy. I was like, it's a bit loud for you. I said, yeah. And usually she loves the loud engines, but it was actually too loud for her, so I'm going to get her a pair of those ear defenders.
Yeah, you need to. Well, that's the equivalent of staring down the speaker when you're a kid.
Right? So she's going to get ear defenders when we do go to these meets from now on. But yeah, man, there's a lot of cars out here. There's a lot of people at these events. I went to one recently. It was just in this random car park in Oakley. There was like fucking 1,000 people there. Yeah. There was cars everywhere. I was really impressed with the range of cars that turned out, from things like, you know what, is it a Century? I think it's called a Century.
I don't know.
A Toyota Century. I'm very sure it's called a Century. It's this really rare, V12 car from Japan, the most luxurious car Japan ever made, beyond a Lexus. I'm very sure it's called a Century. There was two of them sitting there facing each other. I was just, you rarely even see these things anyway, but to see two together, yeah, man, that shit makes me, I get excited when I'm looking at cars, you know, walking around and
Yeah, man, well, you've got to have some passions that are outside of your music thing, otherwise people become pretty one-dimensional, you know?
Yep. It's just funny as well, because I don't really talk about it, you know? But riding that CBR was what did it, mate. I just used to love smashing it. I just like going fast, didn't it? And bikes, I've done a bike in my car recently. I was very happy with that. He just couldn't get past me. He was on 900 naked and off the lights. I brake boosted it and just off we went. And there was a slight curve in the road, so he backed off. I don't know if he wasn't confident. He wasn't down properly. I walked away from him. And when I got off the accelerator, I was like, that will fucking do. I'm going a bit quick. And he's looked over at me and he was ecstatic. And I remember feeling like that on my bike when a AC Cobra kept up with me on the 600. I couldn't believe it. And I was ecstatic again. So, you know, it makes me giddy, man. I fucking love this shit, mate. I do. I love it, man. I can't front. Like, I really do love cars and the whole car culture, even from when I was in England. My second car was a square Beamer, a 316 3 Series Beamer, an E30. Yeah. You know E30 Beamer?
That's like the late 80s?
Yeah, classic fucking... Even now, I still love it. I'd seen one on Instagram the other day. It was an Alpina B13 or something. I think it was B13 or B3. Something like that. It was fucking really immaculate. The paint was just incredible. You know, that's someone's showpiece, man. And I like old cars as well. I'm not really about the electric things. No. The V8s, V6 turbos.
The whole electric thing is funny, man. Like the way that there's some of the cars now, they're putting stereo sounds of engines in them. Like that's fucking...
ambient sound,
weird, yeah.
It is weird. I'm just not down. I mean, for example, Mercedes made the new C63S as a 2-litre hybrid with an electric mounted engine. Like no one wants a 2-litre. Yeah. Your car's got 63 written on the back. It better have a fucking V8 in it, at least. I'm not even happy that they turned the 63 into a 4-litre. You should have left the 63 as an actual 63.
Well, some 62. Of those newer Mustangs are just
5.
Yeah, or 4, I think. But
are they 4 litres?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not a car guy.
I'll be honest. I've pulled up next to a lot of Mustangs and none of them want it. Yeah. None of them want it at all.
The newer ones are kind of like fucking Falcons, you know what I mean? Like a 2-door Falcon.
450 brake, though, that's a pretty powerful vehicle. I always want it with them, you know, I always let them know, and they never want it. They're just driving around in it for fun. I don't know why you would drive a V8 if you don't really want no smoke.
Yeah.
You know, it's like false advertising. Like, you could have had a Ford Focus. Why do you need that?
Do you reckon, what do you think the future is with this stuff, though? Because everything sort of has to go down. Like, it'll get to the point now where people that have V8s, you just keep them, and that's your. You can't even use that as a regular car. You know what I mean? Because the petrols, they're going to just phase that shit out.
I'm very hopeful that Porsche will develop the biofuel they've been working on. Porsche have basically got a biofuel. They're making it in the Atacama Desert because they needed the wind power because it's really expensive in energy consumption to make it. But they're taking carbon out of the atmosphere. They do some shit to it, and they can put it into a normal combustion engine, and it will work. So V6s, V8s, 4-cylinders, it will work. It blows water out the exhaust, but it's very time-consuming and energy-consuming to make it.
So if people look this up now, they can see
find out right now.
Okay, right.
Porsche have developed a biofuel that basically will allow us to continue using combustion engines. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm hoping for. And I mean, look, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole too much, but people talk about CO2 emissions in the atmosphere. Now, CO2 is 0.04% of the composition of the atmosphere. It's less than half of 1%, right? Trees and plants and grass and flowers can absorb up to 6 or 7 times what is naturally occurring in our environment. Meaning, if we put too much CO2 in the atmosphere, that the forest will just grow quicker. And if we melt the ice caps, it means that the whole Russian Siberian forest will be out of permafrost, and then that will be breathing even more as well, and the planet will just correct itself. But I don't want to get into conspiracies and all that. I'm just saying the facts of the situation. Plants can absorb 7 times more CO2, and I know that because in medical marijuana facilities, they have to pump extra CO2 in to make it 2,000 ppm, where the naturally occurring is 400 ppm. That's like 5-6 times the natural amount in their environment to grow their medicinal ganja better. Now, they wouldn't be doing that if they didn't need the CO2. So all the CO2 emission talk that you hear, I don't understand it. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but I know what I hear. So
Totally. But, man, rewind back to when we were kids. Everyone was talking about the ozone layer. We're going to fuck the ozone layer with aerosols. And then that didn't become, like, the people... Yeah. No one talks about that fucking anymore, do they?
It didn't have the ability to repair itself, didn't it?
Yeah.
I think it had the ability to repair itself, the ozone. I'm pretty sure that's what happened there. But they also did change the type of aerosol propellants that they used back then. It was a CFC that they used to use as the propellant, and they did change that.
You're schooling me, man.
No, I like history, man. I like information in history, innit? There's a lot more to everything than what you see at first. And there's a lot more to it. And, you know, like I was talking about figuring out the global warming thing. Like, okay, so the desert, Sahara desert's like 50 plus. Middle East, 50 plus, 55, 56 degrees some days. Siberia, minus 50. What fucking temperature do you want the planet to be at?
Yeah.
All these save the world fuckers. What temperature do you want the world to be at then? If that's plus 50 and that's minus, where do we want to sit?
Yeah, well...
What's the answer to that?
No, well, yeah.
They don't actually have one.
No.
You ask any climate change scientist, we've always been in climate change. We just came out of a fucking ice age. The indigenous Australians watched it happen. They've got a story about how the water was way down there. And over generations, they watched the water get closer and closer until it came all the way up. And they've got a brilliant story about it.
Yeah.
About this a serpent or a god that lived in the sea.
Serpent, yeah.
Right? So they've got a story. They watched the last ice age happen. Well, there weren't no cars in the last ice age.
No.
So how did we melt all the ice?
But everything's changing, not just it has to evolve anything.
Absolutely.
So that's just how it goes.
Yeah. I just say, they want to charge us more tax to cool the planet down. It's fucking nuts, bro.
What about, you mentioned history. I'm going to ask you, this is totally off topic.
Go off topic. Let's go.
Let's talk about the pyramids, man.
Ooh.
Now, how the fuck did they build those, dude? People still scratch their head. They just don't.
I think that the most realistic answer to that is vibration, sound vibration, and being able to move things at resonant frequencies that we clearly have forgotten. I have no idea, because that's the one that boggles me. Now, the thing that really boggles me is the Great Pyramid of Giza is to scale. You know this one?
Yeah. I saw a thing on it yesterday.
143,200 to 1.
Yeah.
It's the same width as the Earth is circumference, and it's the same height as the Earth is top to bottom, but the Earth is squashed. The pyramid isn't the same height as it is wide. It's according to...
And it's 1 degree from true north
How?
as well.
How?
Yeah.
Come on, I've got a funny feeling we might be... Look, I know the Encyclopedia Britannica had to give you an answer for everything, because they had to be seen as all-knowing, all-powerful, all-conquering, all-superior motherfuckers from the West, right? I know that, because the Encyclopedia Britannica is bollocks. 90% of it is bollocks.
Yeah.
They definitely didn't have the answers, and they definitely lied about what they thought. And
They just said slaves? Is that
slaves?
what
Get the fuck out. You ever seen someone forced into work do a good job?
Yeah.
Ever.
But some of those
outta
stones, I think it's made up of 2 million stones or something, right? Or fucking whatever it's called.
Incredible shit, man.
2 million, and some of them weigh between 8 and whatever ton.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how many slaves you get. No one's lifting that.
Listen, man, are you going to get the esophagus in there so machined flat that you can't get a razor blade in between the two?
Yeah.
There's clearly something that we're not being told. I mean, either we just don't know the answer, which is fine. There's no shame in saying you don't know, which I think the West has a big problem with, actually. Our scientists have to have an answer for everything, and they just don't have an answer for how did...
Yeah.
I don't know. It's incredible, man.
It is.
It's incredible, man.
I think...
Really incredible.
Yeah, I think the frequency thing probably makes the most sense. And there's also some theories that, like, even like Nikola Tesla, he wasn't developing these energies. He was just discovering stuff that they
already knew
thousands
about.
of years ago, and he clocked onto that.
You know...
That sounds plausible, I think.
Mate, yeah, I would love to know the answer, but the problem is every answer leads you to another 5 questions. You'd end up with a rabbit hole of... That's what I hope. Deep down, I hope when you die, I hope you get to find out these things. That's what I think, man. I hope when your consciousness goes back into the universe and you become back one with what we are, which is a bit of everything, that we might have some level of understanding. That'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be mad.
It'd be awesome. I think, the theory that they are tombs is now pretty much out.
That's dead.
That's gone. I think
dead.
And that's what it used to say in the
You know
encyclopedias.
what sort of ego you need to think that that's about self?
Yeah.
What sort of fucking ego, you maniac, you'd need to be you'd be the sort of person who was into feudalism.
But I think they're saying that the way that they think they were built, it would have taken them 25 years or something.
Big fucking ramps and shit.
Yeah,
Fuck out of here, man. Look, I'd like to go there, but that region's quite volatile, obviously. But that is one place that I would probably like to go. Before you said, is there anyone I'd like to work with in the game? Nah, I'd really like to go to Egypt at some point. Hey, that's the sort of shit where I'd really would think that'd be great. I'd like to take the kids there. Yeah. That'd be cool, man.
You'd come back with more questions, though.
You would. Absolutely, you would.
Because it's one thing to see it on TV or some shit, but when you're there, you'd be like, wow.
Yeah. Have you ever seen there's an article called Carl Pilkington?
Yeah.
You seen where he goes,
Idiot abroad.
Fucking hell, mate. That guy's, Yeah, okay. So there he sits in the cage so you can look at it.
Yeah. This is an interesting one. Do you think he's putting that on? Do we reckon that's just audio? Because at first I'm like, he's got to be putting it because he's actually a genius, or is he just so simple that the genius kind of comes out?
You know, I've listened to the very first season of XFM when Ricky first ever met Carl, when he was the
producer. Yeah.
Right? And Ricky's told stories about how he was just this weird producer and he used to play football with him in a corridor and do all this shit to him and whatnot. So I've got a funny feeling that is actually who he is.
Yeah.
I've got a funny feeling it's genuine. I don't know if it is an act.
I go through phases. Like, remember that one of the first Ricky Gervais DVDs, and he had Carl there, and he was talking about. Oh, it's like a behind the scenes thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, it's funny as. Anyway, after that, I'm like, this has got to be a character that Stephen Merchant and fucking Ricky Gervais have created. But I don't think. I go through phases.
The first season of XFM is the most telling because he definitely turns it up as they progress through time to get to the more like the later stuff they did.
Yeah.
It's definitely a little bit more turned up like an idiot abroad.
Yeah.
That stuff was definitely turned up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's probably is the real him. Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, man. The first series of XFM, he says some very funny shit. And you're like, what? Surely you can't believe that. But you know what? As I said to you before, I said all humans are actually insane at certain points in the day.
Yeah.
We are collectively as a species, we are fucking tapped.
Yeah, but it's a fine line between genius and crazy man as well.
Well, I often say that there was no... It was always the people that were on the fringes of normality that pushed us forward. Nikola Tesla weren't no normal person. If Tesla was born now, they'd have him medicated and in the corner dribbling on himself, mate. Oh, you can't think like that. You're crazy. Take this. No, the geezer gave us flipping everything. I mean, microphones, lights, cameras, mixing desk, electronic circuitry, everything. He gave us it all. He was definitely off his noodle, wasn't he? You've seen a picture of him sitting there with that Tesla coil and there's fucking electricity over and he's just sat there reading a book.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, I actually got my Tesla coil out the other day and I showed my daughter how you can light up a gas light bulb without actually touching anything. My mum was on a video call and she's like, how'd you do that? I'm like, fuck off. You didn't know? She's like, what is that? I'm like, oh my God, Mum.
But yeah, you know, there was a dude, I'll have to look it up, but there was a guy, an Aussie guy, who figured out a way to boil water with just frequencies, and then he died mysteriously.
Okay. I mean, I know if you put water into a vacuum tube and suck all the air out of it, you'll draw oxygen out of the water.
Yeah.
Because whatever reaction, if you put it under suction, it will actually... what's the word? Was it when it splits, the atoms go their separate ways?
Yeah.
Incredible, man.
Crazy.
Like, there's fuck all that we know, you know. When you start scratching the surface of things, you just go, wow.
But even if you just go rewind 20 years ago to all this stuff that we've got now, that you know what I mean? Like it's...
phone, man.
You keep thinking, well, in 50 years' time, where's the technology going to be? It's crazy to think that.
Do you know, like, I used to think that we'll get to a point where we just become almost like gods, where technology becomes indistinguishable from science, from magic, you know? You don't understand how it works. We're already there. You've got a phone in your pocket, it can answer any question that you can think up, it can answer.
Whether or not it's true or not, the answer.
Oh, right. Yeah, because, you know, the CIA algorithms are pretty accurate at picking up madness. Mate, that fucking device, right? I hate my phone, and I'll tell you why. Because I feel like at times you don't know if it's controlling you or if you're controlling it. You ever done that one where you're sat there and you pick it up and you unlock it and then you decide what you're going to do with it?
Yeah.
That's not a good trait. No. I put a timer on my Instagram. I only do 30 minutes a day and then it turns off. And there's sometimes I'm scrolling on shit, looking at dumb shit, cars and whatever else. And then the timer pops up you've had your 30 minutes today. Do you want to add more time? And no matter what I'm looking at, I click no. And I fucking turn it off. And I actually, afterwards, I'm like, fuck, thank fuck for that. I was stuck in a loop. And do you know how hard it is to regulate that? Yeah. For a society of people that are basically searching for little dopamine fixes constantly, all day, every day, it takes so much self-control to separate yourself from the phone. I don't think kids are even geared to be able to do it. So we're giving them iPads and they're little. It's like, what's that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're teaching them to be a consumer from day one.
And it's the dopamine fixes. Here's one which got me recently, that someone said creativity happens when boredom ensues. It's like, how many things have we got? How many brilliant technologies or ideas or concepts, songs, movies, anything? Yeah. Because someone was a little bit bored. Mm-hmm. And as you've got kids, when your kid gets bored, when they start playing with things and they start getting creative, and it's the best. Yeah. It's the best, you know?
But I think anything's good in moderation. Look, we need Instagram. We not need it, but it helps. That's how people connect.
It's a tool for certain uses, things.
Yeah. But like anything, as long as you couple that with going out into the real world and doing real world stuff, that's fine.
Yeah, mate. 100%. 100%. And the phone, it's a real powerful, it takes 1 million people who have contributed to put that phone together. With all the things it does. In fact, when you pick it up, it knows you're looking at it, and then it will vibrate and it will give you this person messaged you, or you got a notification on Instagram or something. It's so fucking well tuned that you almost have to be genius level to fight against it. Yeah. We're weak to it. We're powerless against it. And I feel like a lot of people don't have the ability to insulate. I saw something recently that really upset me. I follow a bear of these fucking parent pages on Instagram because they give you tips and all this stuff. They asked a bunch of children if they could change one thing would be, and 80% of them said, I don't want my mummy on her phone. But my daddy's always on his phone. And that hit me, man. Yeah. That hit me. I was like, rah, is that me? Do I do that? Do you know what? I fucking make sure I don't do it anymore. And when I catch myself doing it, I'm like, dickhead, throw that away. Dickhead, what are you doing? Because you can't help it. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, it's true.
You pick it up to do, it rings, it's a text message. It's my mate saying, do you want to meet up on Saturday and go-karting? So yeah, no worries. And now while I'm open, I pull down my notifications. Oh, I got an email. Oh, I got this. Oh, now I'm in it for 30 minutes. I only went to answer a text message.
Yeah. Fuck. I think the push for dumb phones happened a few years ago. But that is a good way to do it, I think. So you have an iPad or something that you can sit down and designate some time to. Yes. You don't carry that shit around with you.
Yeah, man.
Because I'll be waiting in line for a coffee. You pull out your phone, you start scrolling Instagram. Happened to me before, and then I'm looking and I'm fucking probably messaged you or whatever, but I'm, and then my coffee's there and I'm 5 minutes later.
Wormhole.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate. It's funny that we're able to, we know it, but we're still going down the path. You know? Like, I feel sorry for the kids, man. Like, we're older geezers, we've got the introspective to remember before phones. We remember landline telephone numbers and turning up when you said you were going to be there, not ringing someone when you're already 5 minutes late. Yeah. Dude, I'm on my way. I know you're not here. I'm waiting for you. That was... When we were kids, I'll meet you at 12, you were there at 11:50. You can't wait to meet your mate down at the park and then you'd go off skating or whatever it was you were doing that day. Yeah. But now it's made us lazy. Path of least resistance, again. It's made us lazy.
Yeah, and you got to think the overall narrative is that it's going to make us stupider. Like, we'll know more stuff, but it's going to make us dumber, if that makes sense.
Probably have access to more information, but remember less. Yeah. We might even get to the point where we don't actually remember anything. And then you can talk about how Musk put in that chip, the Neuralink. Yeah. Okay, think about this, yeah? I saw this on a podcast recently, and I was just fucking bugged out. These fuckers had this mad conversation. They're basically saying, if you can get the uplink and you go for a job and you ain't got the uplink and he's got the uplink, guess who's getting the job? Okay, so that means that depending on your range of resources, you could be priced out of a job. If you're going up against people that have got the link and you don't, you will never get a job doing anything because the person with the link will get the job because they know more, they can code, they can do everything that you can't do.
But then it's peer group pressure. It wins out because everyone else has got it, so you have to get it to keep up.
Right, and then you get into things like conversation. Well, if you know the facts of every single conversation, where's your opinion come from? Where does the point when you go, I know I'm wrong, but I'm prepared to think it, and I don't mind. Sometimes I hear myself saying things, I'm just an old bloke, fuck it. I'm probably wrong, but I don't fucking care because that's me. Yeah. I grew up then and this is what I think. Cool, I'm happy with that. If you've got the link, you'll never think that. You'll have the statistics for everything all the time, which then takes away from the
Your
culture.
personality.
Your personality. Where are we going to end up?
Yeah, your upbringing, what your parents or what your people that you looked up to taught you, and where you got your ideals and your values from. That's gone.
Yeah, because you'll have this uplink that tells you that that's not right.
Right, yeah.
Oh, that person said that. That's not right. They didn't consider it. It's like, the dynamics of our society are very much coming to a new, you know, and that upload link is probably the thing. And the other thing with AI, like, what if you can get AI to work alongside your brain? Fucking hell, I mean...
AI is scary, man.
Listen, I used to think it's going to help. It's going to work out how we can grow more crops for a more efficient process and that. But the more I look at it, nah, man, it's probably just going to do what we would do. And it's basically the fucking Matrix plot.
Yeah. It
basically, isn't it?
It's funny how you get, as you get older, the ideal of living in a house in the country by yourself becomes like a better idea.
When you just want 5 acres for fucking veggies, and you know, I want to plant my carrots like this. I want to just throw seeds at my carrot patch. I don't want to have to be planting each seed and a little thing for my little fucking balcony. Fuck yeah, man. It is funny actually as you get older. You just want to get away from it more. But it's, you know, it takes time to learn that. It takes years to come to that. Yeah, it takes years to come to that realization, and it also takes a certain amount of fuck everybody else. You know, when you're sick of fuckers, you know when you try and help someone and it does nothing but backfire on you and you go, why did I bother? I was at Bunnings recently, went to some fucking bluey painting thing at Hammerbarn, you know the joint. We had extra tickets because my mate's daughter was going to come, they're sick, can't make it, said to the woman, we've got these extra tickets, can this other little girl that we just met come in and go, oh no, that's not her. Fucking... We tried to help these people and we ended up they were just like, no. We're like, why do we even fucking bother? Yeah. Why even bother trying to help people? Because no one really cares or wants to help. Like, I don't know, it was weird. Yeah. It just makes you not want to help people, man. when you get pushback, you go out of your way. Like, someone was smoking in a car park recently. So if I could put that cigarette out, I shouldn't have to breathe that shit in. If you want to smoke, go outside and smoke. Don't smoke in an undercover car park, you fucking dumb. I had a little argument with him. I didn't want to beat him up. I was with my daughter. I just got in the car and left. I called up the centre and I said to him, I goes, listen, I could have just not called you. It doesn't matter to me. I can go somewhere else and buy my food. It doesn't matter. I can go to a different Coles. But just so you know, as a customer of your shop, I had a bad experience today. Someone was smoking in the car park. It's not rocket science. There's signs right there that says no smoking. Get the security to go out there and stop people smoking undercover. It's fucking scumbag behaviour. Just smoke outside if you want to smoke. That's fine. I don't mind. Just go outside. They go, oh yeah, okay, well, you know, there's not much we can do about it. I goes, you're not listening to me. I didn't have to call you. I don't care. Do what you want, just so you know. When your company loses money and your area manager asks you why they're down on target, this is one of your reasons. If you want to do something about it, do something about it. If you don't. Yeah. Afterwards, I hung up the phone and thought, why did I even fucking bother?
Yeah.
Because I tried to care. I tried to be a good person and maybe make a difference to our society so the old lady who isn't going to say nothing to this geezer doesn't have to say to him, can you not smoke under here? Yeah. She might feel threatened. I don't feel threatened. I'll beat your fucking ass, mate. I don't care. Yeah. But why did I bother? Yeah. I just wanted to try and help. And afterwards, I was like, I just fucking wasted 5 minutes of my life.
But it's that those sort of scenarios, people are like, it's not my problem. We'll make it someone else's problem.
It's not my problem. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. It's not your problem. It's not my problem. But when I don't come back to your shop and your area manager asks why you're missing target, this is one of the catalysts. And it's not rocket science. We know why. Something can be done about it. It's not difficult. Again, I was just left with a feeling of, fuck it. I'm never going to call up and try and help another company again. Fuck them all. Yeah. Fuck them all. What's the point? You put in effort and you get shitted on. Yeah. They don't, oh, mate, what can I do? Okay, catch you later.
Bang.
Bang. Fuck them.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, it's a funny one, you know. You try to help people, go out of your way, and it just backfires on you. And that makes you more like, I just want to be in the countryside away from everyone. It does. That's why it makes people, you get to this age and you're like that because you've been through that situation 20 times. You're like, fuck everyone, man. Yeah. What's wrong with people?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Do you know what it is? Of course, we're a village mentality in a city. We have big monkey brains that allow us to live in large social groups, but we don't actually have the capacity to deal with that many people. If you treated everybody like a cousin or an auntie sister or someone who's just outside of your immediate circle, we'd have a lovely society. If you lived in a village with 500 people, you'd love everyone and you'd look after everyone. And that instinct that made you want to call in and make a change is actually the correct way to be. In a little village, it works really well. But in a big city where everyone's disconnected, it doesn't work. But that mentality is a humanistic mentality, or at least I think.
No, it is. But we are made for. There's like a theory. I don't know if it's called tribe theory or something. That's like you can only have 300 people within your life. I think.
Okay. That you really care about.
That you can even associate with. I have to go
Sounds
back and
about
have a
right.
look at it.
Because I know that there's a direct correlation between primates, the size of their brain, and their social groups. Monkeys with little tiny brains only live few people. When you've got fucking chimpanzee brain, you've got herds of 100 fuckers. Humans are the same. We can do it into the millions, but it doesn't mean we're actually any good at it. We can, yeah, sure. Doesn't mean we're any good at it. Because we get situations like that fucking dick smoking in an understory car park. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You fucking stupid, bruv. And if I was on my own, I might have beat him up. To be honest, because he walked right down to where I was and goes, the only one who's on smoke's you, mate. So I'll fucking light you up if you want, bruv. How about that? Can't be like that, you know, because I'll be the one who gets in trouble and then I'm not there to look after my youths. But again, it's society's... Everyone's a little bit nuts, aren't they?
They are. Man, we're going on some good fucking tangents here.
Mate,
good
going off script.
Should we come back to the music
Shit,
stuff?
let's talk music. Let's go.
All right, what about some of the ciphers and stuff that you've done? There's some sick ones, and also, what about the Risky Roads one?
Yeah, that was kind of out of the blue. I didn't even know. Frak had been talking to... the guy, and because Risky Road obviously was a massive instrument in the growth of grime and putting out those DVDs, which at one point we all watched those Risky Road DVDs. You know, when someone had one, couldn't wait to watch it and see the bars. It was sick. So the fact that he reached out and wanted to expand made perfect sense. Yeah. So yeah, Frax was like, come link up down here, da-da-da-da. Went down, the rest is history.
Awesome, man.
Bang, yeah, it was good.
One that you're obviously pretty proud of as well.
Yeah, I mean... obviously, we're proud of it. I'm proud of probably everything that we've done, everyone we've worked with and collaborated with, and you know, we've been around for a long time, and we've always been in it. We've always loved it, always had time for it, and it's always been about the love for it. Really, just enjoy doing it. So the fact that someone as big as Risky Roads reached out to us, that's cool, man, real cool. And again, Frax is he's in there talking with people, mate.
He's a businessman.
Yeah, we for years back in the day, he's like Big Daddy Frak, you know, because he's just handling things and just try to be there on time and show the set. Yeah. You know?
What do you think about the state of Aussie grime at the moment? Obviously, it's bigger than it's ever been. Are you happy with where it's at, where it's going?
Yeah, but since the end of 50-50, it's become very disjointed. I mean, there was definitely a very together scene at one point. Maybe the stopping of 50-50 was one of the contributors, but then the contributor from that is because people can't come down and do shows for free anymore, because now they can charge 20 grand or 10 grand or 5 grand or 2 grand or 1 grand or even $500 or even $200. But the point being that they can now charge for people to come and see them, where if you're trying to get 30 people together for free, it's not going to be possible.
And then labels get involved.
Absolutely, especially with things like 360 deals where people are actually getting fucking signing up everything to go and do a live performance. It's no longer their choice. As you said, it's becomes a much bigger choice. They've got to get the team to agree. Yeah. So yeah, I think that the scene definitely lost something with the stopping of 50-50, but in saying that, it has grown many more tentacles and many more arms, and there are a lot more people doing their thing in their own lanes. Quite often I'll see random 16 over some old grime beat, and I'm like, sick. Guy from Tasmania, Lovitz, he sent me a random thing that he did over a grime beat. I was like, sick, cool. So there are a lot of young'uns that are still on it, and it's doing good. It seems to be very, very healthy at the moment. Yeah. It would be good if there was a home for it to come back again, but I just don't know if it's changed too much. Yeah. You know, that underground rawness, doesn't have that anymore because of how well it's done, essentially. Yeah. The 360 deals are a real sort of concern, because you look at it and you go, okay, so labels used to sell music and they'd give, it'd be a deal that they do. Then they realise that the artists are making money off merch and all this other shit, and they say, well, we're not selling that many records. Sign with us and we'll take what used to be yours. And that's pretty cooked. Ridiculous, mate. I don't even know how major labels even think they even have an avenue anymore. Oh, yeah, okay, they can get you on a Spotify playlist and stuff, but so fucking what? I mean, I don't even understand how the majors have got a position anymore. You can fucking record a song right here, upload it on the laptop, Distributors, you can just get a distributor, digital, easy, simple things.
We'd be better off trying to blow up a song on Reels and fucking TikTok, right?
Absolutely.
And then once that happens, then the labels come, no, hey, we can help you out. You've already done it for them.
Absolutely. That's exactly the way it goes. The industry's just changed so much, man. It's just changed so much. Now you've got to consider why they're here. What are people in it for? What's the motivation? Is it a business? And if you're fucking with people that are in it for the business, just know where you stand with them when you're on the business. If you're fucking with people for the love, just know where you stand. Is it for the love or for the business? And that's something that's probably different than back in the day. Now you might want to clarify with people where they're at and what they want from it. What are your goals? We ain't come in the game with no goals. What's your goal? Shell of 16, that's my goal. Don't fuck the verse up, that's the goal. That ain't the goal no more. Now they'll happily fuck the verse up. They don't care. Because they got the backing track playing over the top anyway, so it doesn't matter if they fuck the verse up because the lyrics are still going in the main track. Difference between entertainers and musicians, again, entertainers will rap over their own beat. Musicians are going to take their mic and they're going to rap a verse. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah? I don't know.
That's true, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I see a lot of people rapping over the versions of their track and I'm just like, that's not cool, man. Again, I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm not part of this new generation because I feel like it's all about the bravado and the entertainment, and it's hard to climb up the speakers and do a fucking shoey while the song's going because you're going to miss where you're meant to be. But if you can play the full and the song doesn't miss a break, the crowd's still dancing while you're doing your shoey, then you've catered to both needs. They've got the entertainment and you've got the song done. But for us, that's like, it takes away from the purist, you know?
Yeah, for sure, man. Do you want to let some people know what's coming up in the future, aside from your project? We're getting close to 3 hours, man.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
What time is it? Not near 2 o'clock.
It's 1:15.
Fucking hell, mate. Wow. Okay.
Do you want to
mad.
It is. It goes quickly.
Wow.
Do you want to let people know, besides your album, which you said is going to be called 140?
Yeah, Project 140.
Project 140. Is there anything else you want to talk about that you've got coming out this year? Things you want to, anything there?
I've got some rap joints. I've got 5 songs to the side on that boom bap rap tempo. I was thinking about putting it together as an EP, but they are very much 5 different songs with 5 very different vibes from 5 different years. I don't know how to bring them all together as one EP, or do I just keep on writing and make a new album, or do I just put out another 5-track EP? So I'm not sure. I've got more boom bap stuff in the works.
But you're not slowing down, though.
No, God, no. No. In fact, there's a new project which I have on the horizon with another friend who's also a musician, semi-professional musician. And we are going to probably do a children's collection of songs for children, because there is a mental market. I mean, a mental market. We're not talking a few listeners, man. We're talking billions and billions of flipping streams. Yeah. You know that things like Wheels on the Bus are open source, right?
Yeah.
So,
Wheels on the bus go round and round.
Right, okay, so you're following where I'm at with it, yeah?
Yeah.
Why not? Because when I'm driving and I hit the microphone on Google Maps and I say, play songs for children. I shouldn't even be saying this shit because someone's going to steal my fucking idea.
Yeah.
When you say play songs for children on Spotify, it just plays random songs. What if you called your whole outfit Songs for Children?
Yeah.
And then you uploaded 50 songs that were just boom bap or heavy bass lines over Wheels on the Bus. Mary Mary Had a Little Lamb. My daughter listens to anything.
Yeah.
Everybody clap. You already know it, don't you? Everybody sing.
Yeah. La 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 la.
Right, now shut the fuck up, bruv, okay? Know what I'm saying, yeah? I see parents singing the shit too. I can take my kids to gymnastics and the songs are going and I see mum and everybody. I'm like, deep, yo, man, there's a market here.
Yeah, do it, man.
We're going to do it.
Yeah,
We're going to do it. I already spoke to my guy. We both play drums and keys and bass and everything else. We can compose this and put it together easy, quick.
Yeah. And you want to make it the parents are happy to listen to it as well because it's got a bit more flavour than the fucking old, boring,
correct
60-year-old song that's open source.
Absolutely. Now, my mate's got kids. I got kids. I got other mates with kids. I'm just going to pay their kids $50 for a recording session. You got to sing 5 songs and here's your money.
Yeah.
On your way.
Yeah.
As far as they're concerned, they're now recording artists. They're all going to get percentage points as well because they're our children. Of course, they should get percentage points. What if they hit 1 billion streams? Guess what? Little girl can decide what business she wants to run when she turns 18. Why wouldn't we do that? Yeah. We're not a record label. This is us trying to build something for our kids. my mate's daughters can get points on a release, it's a no-brainer to me.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Right?
That's a fucking great
Even
idea.
just 2% per child. You've got 10 kids, that's 2% each, that's 20% of royalties go straight to the kids who actually sang the songs. I'm not singing the song. It's not got my voice. It's got it will not be associated with me in any way, shape or form. Mm-hmm. In any way. My name won't be on it. None of that.
Yeah.
This is a whole other avenue because I never knew the avenue was even there.
Yeah, yeah, and it isn't until you have kids that you start to realise how much money there is.
Listen, bruv, have you ever been to one of these kids' parties when fucking crazy shark comes on? They go nuts.
Dude, that's the most played song. No, I'm
Baby
not
Shark,
talking about
Baby
kids.
Sharks.
Baby Shark is the most played song on YouTube ever. Now, we're talking about
Billions.
any other song.
There you go. There you go. Do. What? Listen, I'm writing mad lyrics. Like deep lyrics.
Yeah.
Do. Fucking what?
The most played song. Yeah.
Make some fucking funny song and have some fun with it. And I've got a couple of concepts for brand new songs because I've looked at. It's the first time I've ever been analytical like this. I've looked at the formula that what makes the kids' songs. So all songs that we create will be in a melody that is already known. Wheels on the Bus, Twinkle Twinkle.
And they're all basically the same sort of
It's
shit.
all the same melody.
Yeah.
Actually, when you start to look at the keys and you start playing them, it's all the same song.
Yeah.
It's very much the same melodies, they just put different words. Mary Had a Little Lamb and all them songs. All of them. We'll do a version of all of them.
Yeah.
Get the kids to sing the whole thing. Get the lyrics up on a big screen and get them in the booth and, make it fun and give them a bit of sugar before they go in there. And, you know it is when you give them sugar, mate.
Yeah.
Watch them go.
For sure, man. Well, besides that, do you want to give anyone a shout out before we wrap it up? Now,
Shout
we're
out
approaching
Smash
3.
Brothers. Smash as always. 9 High. All of the BTE fellas. Everyone who's ridden with us the whole time. All the listeners. All the people that have pumped our music over the years, really. Just anyone who's been in our corner, innit? Yeah. Big up everyone who's been in our corner the whole time, man.
For sure,
real.
man.
And again, big up yourself for having me through, man. It's much appreciated.
Oh, thank you, man. Well, I'll have to get you back in again and we'll have to talk some more dad
Mate,
stuff.
when I come back, we'll get in the car. We'll go for a little drive or something like that. And we'll talk about some other stuff, but we'll go for a cruise.
For sure, man.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you coming, man. It's been a great chat on and off the camera. And I look forward to hanging out again.
Respect.
Cheers, man.
Safe, brother.
3,000.